Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Sunfall Cycle. Oh my goodness, if you could only hear the thing.
No.
You love us, Jesse.
No.
You wouldn't have us any other way.
I do love you, which is why I always start the show right when you go on a rant of some sort that will almost get you in trouble, and then I turn it on.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think in this day and age where we're hunting for new movie concepts, they have Last Blood coming out with 72-year-old Sylvester Stallone. My thought was, take it the other direction. We've got really relevant political fire, in the bellies of everybody. That why not have the other end of the spectrum be depicted in a movie as well and tie it into real time? Yeah.
What if it was Creed
What?
as Rambo?
The exact
And he
same,
just-
the
and he
exact
just
same
follows
actors?
And just redoes every Stallone movie.
I would not be okay with that.
I thought when you said that, I know this is not what you meant, but I thought of Creed the band. And I was
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
You
me
know-
too.
no!
bow and staff.
I stand corrected. I now know a movie I want to see. Schwarzenegger as the guy from the first Predator movie having to raise a Predator child
Yeah.
and teach him about being not only a Predator, but also a man. I would love that movie. Oh, I would love that movie. Yeah.
There is actually pretty cool Predator lore that a lot of people don't know, but they wrote
I
out
know it.
books, and it's canon. But a lot of the Predators shown in Predator 2 with Danny Glover are young Predators, and then there's actually old Predators there too. The older ones have grayer dreadlocks, and usually
That's a real thing.
obviously.
Predator, Dread, and Alien all have a crazy extended universe,
Yeah,
including the fact that I've read a lot of the comics now. Dread has an insane universe,
they do.
but Predators they ascend to adulthood by basically acquiring points by killing certain things. And fun fact, Xenomorph Queen is close to the top of that. So technically Ripley is
God tier.
Primo.
because killing an alien queen is insane.
Look, I played the
according to
arcade game.
Predator
I get it.
standards, so.
I get how it works. By the way, that's one of the best arcade games ever made. The Predator, is it Alien versus Predator? Or is it just Predator? The one where you could be the two Predator and or the two humans?
Marines, yeah.
That's
Such a good game.
one of the best games.
Wait,
Side-scrolling
an
one?
arcade game? Because I thought there was a game where you were someone was playing as the alien, and then other people were playing as Marines, and then other people were playing as Predators.
No,
and
there's
they-
it's like an
Modern
old
game. He's
school-
talking about an arcade game circuit like bowling alleys in the mid-90s.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
when Turtles in Time and the Simpsons
Yep.
game was out, all that stuff. It's akin to those, and it's fantastic. Oh,
And
it's
those
so
are
good.
the best arcade games to this day, by the way. You can
Beer back.
still good.
Yep, they are still phenomenal. I love those games to death. Turtles in Time, man, that is a fun-ass game.
I still have that for Genesis.
Yeah.
Genesis was so underrated. The kid
It
that
is.
had the Genesis was kind of the lame kid, but they had some fun-ass games. Home
The games
Alone.
always looked better and were like a better version of it. If it was the same game on a Nintendo, Nintendo's always looked a little more jank, but everyone had a Nintendo, so no one talked shit on Nintendo.
Yeah.
But the Aladdin, the
I
two
was
Aladdin
cool
games.
because I was a Genesis kid because everyone else had a SNES and they would come to my house because I was the only one that had Genesis, so they never got to play those games.
Yeah.
Plus, you had Night Trap, which just when you think about it, it's just so good. Just one of the greatest bad games ever made.
Is that the AMV one?
Yeah, that's the one that is literally just
And you're running an apartment building and you have to trap all the
monsters who are
people
trying
that
to yeah. But it also features great lines like "Why you wear those shades at night" and other fun things like that. The shower scene where the girl's showering, the scene where all the girls sing the theme song to the game, just one of the greatest games ever made. And then they all get murdered by vampires who are dressed like ninjas.
Well, as one would.
Yeah, you don't want to be detected if you're a vampire.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's great.
Vampire media is only really made to appeal to women. It's fact.
Not Blade. Sorry, checkmate.
Yeah. So whoa. Yeah.
It's
You want to watch
it's a whole
Blade?
thing.
Something that's made to appeal to women? Checkmate. Get out of here. Get out of your seat.
No,
I feel like
because
Wesley
somebody
Snipes
in my
would do a great
chat,
woman.
somebody in my chat wrote it's fact, so that makes it a fact. That's all you have to do to say to prove that a genre is just for women is you just say it's fact, and then it's fact.
I like this FAXTS thing that you got
Mhm.
going on in there. That's very
It's
nice.
Facts.
That's facts.
Yeah. I don't have to back it up with logic. I just have to say it's fact, and it becomes fact.
True.
According to Twitch logic. So
I'd buy that for $1.
there you
Yeah.
go. Everybody knows the primary demographic for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines was women.
Yes, clearly.
Clearly.
Which is weird because
Yeah.
women don't even play video games. So it's like, why would they even do that?
Yeah. That's why the game's not, it's why it's a failure.
Yes.
That's why it's
Bizarre.
failing, because you're
Yeah.
appealing to demographic that's not even going to buy the game. It's fact.
Yeah.
It's facts.
It's
See
facts.
how that works? See how I just executed that?
Right. Yeah, we're all on board. You convinced all of us. That explains why there were so many schoolgirls in the promotional stuff for
Yeah.
Vampire Masquerade. That explains all of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's a fantasy of women to like dress up as schoolgirls and then go around murdering men for being creepy. To
No,
women.
no, Steven, it's sucking men dry.
Yes.
That's their fantasy.
Get on, everybody.
Thank you for coming to the show.
All
And if they
right.
suck them
Well,
hard enough, they can give them immortality. Actually,
Remember when Steven said the show was PG-13?
I'm 16 technically.
Summer child.
that was
PG
29 episodes ago.
Whoa,
Swallow my latest swallow of morning liquor.
lowies are definitely PG-13. I don't. If it's full on other stuff, it can get beyond that.
Brownie,
sorry.
I'm so ashamed every time you type in chat. Can you just not? You guys want sandwiches? You want anything? You want anything? You gentlemen want anything?
Oh God.
Steven, I'm gonna just hand it over to you so we don't get in more trouble.
Please save us. Save us, Steven Senpai.
Save us.
All right, friends, welcome back to episode 29 of the Sunfall Cycle. One more episode until the big 3-0.
What do we get?
Oh,
What's that?
It's like a big important one. What do we get?
What do we get indeed? Maybe some loot, maybe some fancy weapons. We'll find out. We'll find out soon. What happened last time? What happened on episode 28? Talk to me.
What did happen? We went up and defeated some statues.
Yes.
Then we went and gathered a boy, a little squirmy boy named Tim. And then we went back and leveled up.
Yes.
hold on.
And then after we leveled up, what did we do after we leveled up? I think my
Almost
brain
there.
died. What did we do?
You went through the marketplace.
Did we?
Did we though?
You did?
Oh, that's right. Yes, we went through the marketplace.
We're standing at the
I was
gate.
yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know how to get through the gate.
We killed all those guys who were trying to ambush us, and they were like, "Oi, goy," right? They had that voice, that voice,
Yes.
And then
You shot me in the head.
Oh no! And
Yes.
then, we made it to the gate, and you stopped it there before we could actually do anything of
Right.
actual value. So yeah,
And there was a spear behind it, a burning spear.
yes.
Or is the spear burning or the runes burning?
Well, there are runes.
So let me-
Is everything
blocking
burning?
Us getting the spear, which
Let me
has like a
describe,
sun spear.
again, I think what you see here. Let's see. That's the one. Yeah. Awesome. There's a golden spear with a flame motif that's like thrust point first into the earth, contained within a ring of burning runes inside of the closed gates. So again, there's a portcullis on your close side, the portcullis at the far side that shape this gate through this wall. Yes, and you did a little bit of experimenting, and as in your memory of the past, these portcullises are magically enchanted. They have walls of force that also secure the portcullis, as well as just the physical iron of the material. And y'all remembered from last time that there were last time you were here, there were two knights of Astafon, Castor and Pollux, in fact, who showed up on top of the wall and then disappeared somewhere on top of the wall and then raised the gates so that y'all had access to the palace compound itself. And this was a critical event in the war that took place before y'all arrived on the scene, as you discovered when you were talking with the Dust of the Earth. And also with Father Hadrax and Moraine Dower wanted Castor and Pollux put to death for their betrayal at that event. So yeah, here you stand in the center of a ruined battlefield before a gate. There are great rents of burnt ground all around you, the like humped and charred and moldered remains of 2 large solar demons. And then in front of you, this gate in the wall with this spear in the middle. What do you do?
We can I investigate to see if we can learn anything, or if someone who's actually has maybe arcane can look into the runes themselves? Have we done this yet? Have we actually investigated if we can just like scrub off the runes? Like, you know, what is the rune magic here?
We know Castor and Paul can get through it, so we know it's magic and there's a voice thing to it.
Well, so again, the portcullises are just, you know, the crossed bars of iron, and those are the ones with the walls of force.
Well, yeah,
and then in the center of the like tunnel through the wall, that's where this spear has landed, and this ring of runes stands around the spear. And y'all killed what's his name, Utu the Spear, at this location. This was his spear,
And it just stayed there for all the time.
and it just stayed there.
The thing that we learned last time was that there is some sort of mechanism above the portcullis that opens and closes things.
I think you even did like a quick investigation of the portcullis itself, and you found that there's some sort of chain mechanism that lifts inside of the ceiling of the wall in front of you, and you think that the mechanisms might be up above.
Is there anything preventing us from scaling the outside of the wall? Or, you know, if someone has giant thighs, for example, and wants to jump it, can we get up on top and then work our way down?
Well, so yeah, you're looking at the map that we have right here. You're standing in front of this gate up here. There's nothing in particular preventing you from scaling the wall, other than that it's a 30-foot high wall. What do you want to do? Do you want to pull out a rope and a grappling hook, or something like that, and climb the wall?
Yeah, Sarge just like points over to Kairos like, okay, Thunder Thighs, you can do this.
Well, previously we had a bunch of leftover wagon bits around, Sarek. Unless you got wagon bits, my rope's not going to reach up there.
I believe we burnt those to the ground. Thank you very much.
Yeah, looking around, these blocks of color here around you, again, are houses. So, there is one off to your left as you face the wall, Kairos.
Could we get up to the roof and jump it?
Sort of scale the outer side of the house and then jump over onto the wall, perhaps.
Yes, you could do that. You're very athletic. Then throw rope
I don't
down
have
for
any
us.
rope. That's the problem.
I have rope. You can take some of mine.
Very well then. If you have the
Yes.
rope, I test the rope to make sure it's good quality rope.
It's good quality rope. I bought it from the moon.
Seems like moon rope.
It's hard to find good moon rope these days. Just had to test.
I know. I have to get
All
it
right.
from that damn crow and his tail.
Yeah, so I will go to the closest building. Ostensibly, it's the one over here.
Yep.
And I will proceed to before I just jump on the roof, just kind of peek in the windows, make sure there's nothing like scary waiting for me, and then I'm gonna climb up the roof and try to make a jump over.
All right, awesome. I think between like judicious application of the rope and the rougher outside of the building, there's like cross beams and stuff sticking out of the plaster. I don't even need a roll for you to get up.
Okay, it's just gonna take time then, right?
I don't even think it takes tick of the clock, but actually I'm looking for the clock to drag it onto the screen. There we go. We are at 8 out of 10.
Also, judicious application of the rope sounds like a really good name for a devil or a book.
Yeah. I mean, surely you've read Malazan Book of the Fallen, because the rope is one of the gods in that.
I have not.
Well,
Thanks
you
for
have
spoiling. Thanks for spoiling that, Steven.
Listen,
God.
when
I've
it
been
comes
rereading
to judicious application of rope, I don't feel comfortable having this conversation unless Kojima Senpai is present, because he is clearly the
Guys,
expert
It's
of
all about
rope
strands.
and cords and strands.
It's all about
judicious
the strand
application of the
system.
strand.
And I'm just saying, with all due respect, Steven, you don't know what you're talking about. So.
Yeah. It's the strands
With all
that
due
bind
respect.
us, bridges, not walls. Guys, come
We
on.
call him Senpai.
Not walls.
Korean, by the way.
Strand. It's about ropes and not sticks, because all the previous games were sticks, and this
Mhm.
one
This
is like
the
a rope, a strand.
Yeah.
With all due respect, Bronze, my company makes the engine that Kojima is using to produce his strands.
Okay,
So I
well,
think
then you would know. Well, then you would
very
understand
much.
this better. But clearly, me and Jesse are operating on a different wavelength than you.
Yeah, we're on the strand system. Maybe you're not
Yeah.
there yet.
Yeah. You're talking about engines. We're building bridges across America.
Yeah. Yeah. You need our bridges to run your engines, my friend. So just think about it.
Wow.
So unfortunately, Eric, you don't have an extensible ladder in your backpack.
No.
So you do have to make a check to jump across this gap.
Yeah, that's fair.
Unless you have something that you want to use that helps ease that passageway or something like that.
Oh, hell yeah. I've done this before climbing. I'm just going to throw a javelin and it sticks in the and use that as sort of a balance beam and then climb myself up from there. Is that cool?
Wait. Where are you throwing this javelin?
Oh, I was going to throw it into the wall from the roof. And so I can like jump to that and hold that and then pull myself up on it and use that as sort of like a spring thing to get myself up. Right?
So, what you did that before on like the facade of the patrician's house, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's what I did before. Yeah.
Yes, I do remember you doing that. I feel like
Does it work on this one?
mentally, my picture of the wall is that it's like huge
Stone.
blocks of stone, not
Not like
necessarily as permeable to spearheads
Yeah.
as the front of the patrician's house. But
What's
like
that?
maybe you could pull this off if you like hit the proper like gap in the stonework. You could probably
Sure.
stick it in there.
So it's like an attack roll.
Yeah. So like if you can hit an AC of 15, then you've hit the proper spot and
Yeah.
you can get the assist.
Yeah. And this is my
Oh.
magic javelin, which I imagine
Nice.
would have a better shot of not breaking on me.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So you like, do you say anything? What does this look like? Are you just all business?
No, I can't like not like as I throw the javelin.
Cool.
But it strikes true and unerringly right into the stone.
Yeah.
In fact, there's probably a good spot for it, but this magic of the javelin just pierces through the stone, and I trust it. It does that nice twang thud as it hits that shakes a little bit, and I'm like, there we go. And then I go, simple math, and I make the jump.
And roll. And roll.
Yeah. Give me an athletics check.
Is this advantage or not? Because I said a cool line.
Yeah. It's
What?
definitely
He
advantage.
just gets advantage
Set
saying
yourself
cool.
up.
I say cool lines all the time.
It's more that he set himself up with the javelin.
Okay, I got only a 14.
Well, what is it with the running jump anyway? Hang on.
Ew, I looked this up a while ago. I don't remember anymore.
No,
Something
of
like
course.
you can like move like something your height or something if you make
something
a run.
your height or something is definitely it. HIJ jumping. See under movement. You couldn't just give us a page number.
Rules, movement, jumping. You can use the SRD on Roll20 and just type in jump and give it to you.
What?
This is a long jump. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on a jump immediately before the jump, my strength score is 16.
You can also just listen to DMX and then X will give it to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Killer.
We'll deliver it.
DMX is gonna give it to you. Awesome. Yeah, you sail across the gap, landing like 1 foot back down on your javelin, but most of you on the wall top. You're able to reach down, recover, pull it out. I imagine when it hits the wall, there's like a spider web of shock that explodes out from it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to land on the javelin and then use that as a spring to get up to the wall.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's totally.
But, yeah, do that, and then I guess I'm gonna look to the party as I land up there. Do that little gymnast like cleaning of the hand thing, and look down and I say, "Anyone else coming?"
We need the rope, dummy. Throw it down.
Cool. I'll tie it to the javelin so everyone can come up from there.
Yeah. Awesome.
Can I go up like
Misty step?
Like Armoros as like a step stool? Because I've failed every fucking roll that comes to climbing that we've had. So
you can hop on his back. He'll carry you around like a small child.
Like Master Blaster. All right.
Yes, he master, you blaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Armoros, give me an athletics check.
He's got
DC
this.
10.
This is easy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hop on. Get on. Get on his back.
Are you actually carrying Aya, Armoros?
Sure.
Awesome.
She has failed the last few times.
I have like 3 times in a row. It's pretty bad.
True.
Get on my back. I have no faith in you.
Basically, I have no faith in myself.
Yeah.
All right, Sarek, what are you doing?
I'm gonna climb because I have faith in me. Maybe too much. Some say too much.
You're aiming for a 10. Go ahead.
This is just straight up athletics.
Yep.
All right. Hold on. Okay.
Please,
I was going to ask if you wanted advantage.
I don't want it. I don't need your help.
Okay.
I imagine this conversation going on as you pull yourself.
I don't want it. I don't want
help. You're not using your legs enough, Sarek. No, it's not going to work.
I'm saving my leg strength for when I have to run.
Nice.
Okay. It's not going to work. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, well, the wall stretches left and right, but most immediately you can see over to your right now along the wall, over top of the gate, the postern gate that you were approaching. You see on each side, both on the right side of the wall and on the left side of the wall, the outer and inner sides, there's like a small wooden box pressed against the crenellations. It's probably like a foot by 2 feet. So it looks like a lock box or something like that.
Can I use
looks like something for delicate fingers.
Can I use eye for detail to determine if there's anything hidden or see if there's any clues about this thing before we walk over to it and get like booby trapped?
Yeah.
Or something like
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Give me an eye for detail roll.
I will do that. What is this? Perception?
This lock is Vitruvian make, which means it rolls clockwise, but this way the sun is coming down. It means that it's not trapped in this.
Well, I don't know what the hell this thing is. I can't figure it out.
I think you don't really notice, especially from this distance, like you're 30 or 40 feet away. If you got closer, you could probably like do an investigation to understand more, but.
Can I?
Feel?
Yeah, all right. Can I carefully approach and investigate?
Where are the rest of you? For no particular reason.
Bitch.
Carefully fireball distance away.
I don't like this. It sucks. Don't ever start with where are the rest of you. I'm already dead.
Within
I'm already
fireball,
on fire.
outside of fireball range
outside of fireball range.
Always the answer.
Let's see. I'm going to draw a little shape here for no particular reason. Just setting this.
You were eaten by a slime. It's crazy.
Wait,
Once again, murdered by a slime.
The good news is, okay.
You haven't been eaten by a slime in a long time.
It's been a while. It's been a few episodes since a slime's been inside of me, so that's good.
Or vice versa. Right?
I would like to say that while we're chilling, I just casually cast mage armor on myself. No particular reason.
All right, cool. Yeah. Totally. What does mage armor do again? It like sets your AC to 13
plus my dex modifier.
Killer. So what are you at now?
So I am at 15 instead of 13.
Nice.
Awesome.
While it's up.
Yeah. I'm pulling up the rope and ultimately using that to grab my javelin out of the wall.
Nice.
So we're not getting down, but
Yeah, totally. Okay, sorry.
Just no reason, just for the same reason.
I'm
you
not
made it.
opening. I'm just looking.
Threw a weapon.
I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
look.
You're not doing anything. You're just approaching and looking.
Not touching. Not touching.
Not touching
No
anything.
touching,
Not
no
doing
touching.
anything. I said approach carefully, so consider that
So-
when you kill me.
Each of these wooden boxes, it's like tightly joined, clearly like oiled and waxed dark wood, like a deep mahogany or something like that, like a deep reddish brownish color.
Is it native or not native to the area?
It is not
Whoa.
native outside of the city of Ayr, but from the wall top, actually off to your left. So like immediately on the other side of the wall, actually, now that you're all four up here, you can see that there's this large rolling graveyard where there are gravestones placed and a couple of like mausoleum type tombs.
Yeah.
Clearly, with the markings of coronae, dignitaries and such that were buried here. And in the center of the graveyard, there is a tall, imposing looking bell tower where the top of it is open to the air on like four sides with a steeple roof and a large heavy bell hanging there that you can actually see. To the right and beyond the bell tower, there's a darkened forest that looks twisted and ancient and wizened. And then beyond the bell tower, sort of straight ahead, is the castle itself, the palace.
Just for clarity's sake, for the map.
Yeah.
Twisted. So is this the roundabout? Are we like behind? Because I'm trying to think. On the map, there's the path that leads straight to the castle, and then there was the forest on the other side on the left, and then there was. Is that a different forest?
So you've sort of what I think has happened is
We come around the backside of the complex.
Like Yep. Oh no. No.
He lost control.
Lost control.
He's drifting.
So here's a castle. There you go. Very, very good castle. You'd come up this way.
Sure.
The
Then we went to the
drawing is
right.
behaving
Cat Castle looks funny.
All right, look, I'm going to put a little triangle on top. There, you have
You're doing your best.
No,
We
it's
see
like
that
the
you're
Magic
doing your best.
Kingdom. That's
And I think what has
copywritten.
happened is you moved over this way
And then we like
into
went around,
the,
right? We went
the
around the
town
back.
of Servitude, and I think you've come up over this way,
Yeah.
and now you're actually looking over here. And then here's a bell tower with a bell. Bong. And then what you see from here is that there is forest up here.
Didn't somebody get lost in the forest that we were supposed to find at some point?
Yes, there's a dude lost in the forest.
It's true.
Now we actually know where the forest is.
How can
We
I
didn't know before.
make this. Oh, I'll just do this.
Maybe we should get to that at some point.
Here's the wall. And I think the wall sort of cuts around thusly.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that forest is different from the other forest on the left then.
Well, you all knew from discussions with Rael that the Kingswood is over here.
Right. So the forest over there is probably like the haunted wood.
So from the
go in
knowledge
there.
that y'all have of the area, it's unclear whether or not the Kingswood just wraps around or whether or not this is like a separate sort of forest.
Right.
Sure.
Of course. Hey, the haunted
Okay.
wood.
Yes. So, Jesse, you're standing here in front of these two lock boxes. You've absent-mindedly flipped one of them open, and I
What?
need you
I didn't
to-
know. I didn't flip nothing. I didn't have
Wow,
nothing.
what is? Oh, okay, fine.
I went carefully and investigated and did no such flipping.
So yeah, these boxes, they have like a clasp, like an iron clasp on the front side and hinges on the back that are attached to the stonework of the wall, the crenellations. And it's very clear that they've seen tampering. Like there's scrapes and scratches across the front, especially around the latches. Give me an investigation check.
Of course, certainly.
As you're doing that, a thought crosses Kyros's mind. Shouldn't someone be down on the ground to go get the spear?
You can jump down there.
I can do it.
Come on, this is not a problem. You can go down. You had the rope until you pulled it back up.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll do it.
See, look at this. Great, done, finished. 21.
I can just. Yeah, I'll just use my arm strength to hold the rope and let Arm Roast kind of just do that fast little slide down.
Oh my
Yep,
god, it's
cool.
like the two of
Yep.
you in love. Great.
The thing
Okay.
that, yeah, like Navy SEALs stuff do.
Sure.
I don't know how that works, but
Parkour.
Yeah, totally. Parkour.
makes it go
Nice.
sound as you go like slide down the rope thing. Whatever that does, that's what you're doing.
What? Like the Batman?
No, you know the fast rope slide with the carabiner stuff. Whatever
Yeah,
that is,
like
that's
the
what Arm
Batman.
Roast is doing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyways, I do that.
Yes. Good.
Okay. I want to try
Good.
and
So if you
open
open
one
this-
of the. Well,
We
I
agree.
rolled a 21, so obviously I've
Yeah.
investigated
Let me tell you what you
perfectly.
find. Jesse, there are very faint runes carved into the top of the wood. They're almost like intentionally shaped so as to be disguised by the grain of the dark wood itself. They're very faint. There's lacquer over top of them. And you can tell that this clasp has like, you're familiar with like locks and clasps and like opening mechanisms and stuff like that. And this one just seems to have like an extra pair of holes that you're not sure how they relate to the mechanism of like an opening or locking device. So just looking at this, it seems very clearly there's something up, but you're not sure what.
Okay. I turn back to the party and I say that there's clearly something wrong with these, and perhaps one of you who is more inclined in the darker arts could come and take a look.
So, out of curiosity,
Yes.
looking at this am I sure that this is the mechanism that opens this gate?
At the moment, no. Y'all had this instinct from down below from doing an investigation on the gates themselves that there were like winches or some sort of control
Yeah, but these
mechanism.
aren't winches, they're chests.
Well, you don't know what's inside them, right?
Oh, fuck. I was going to say, if it looks suspicious, we could just move on because we just need to get the gate open. But all right, I want to take a gander at them since he's pointed out that they're like,
Yeah.
they look.
Oh yeah, Jesse, you rolled a 21, which is really, really strong. There's sort of like examining these holes fairly carefully. They're small. They're like the size of like a pencil.
Mhm.
And it looks like there's like scrapes on the inside of the holes, just very faintly. You can see like grooves in them. And right at the lip of each of the holes, there's like a thick, a very slight film of some thick tarry substance. It's black. It looks like it is not. It's not like dried or hardened or anything like that. There's some sort of like goo.
Seems hella trapped.
All right, so I think the plan should be maybe Bronze, you use some sort of arcane check or something. Like just look at it, and if
Mhm.
we can figure out how to open it, I have my thieves tools, and like I'm pro level super
Yeah, I was
thieves
going
tool
to say,
skills.
from the way okay, let me ask this, Stephen. From looking at the fluid, do I get the sense that it's like an ichor, like it's magical in nature, or is it oil?
Give me an Arcana roll.
What? I am like super proficient in Arcana.
Well,
Apparently
You're getting
not.
that +6. So incidentally, a 9 is actually enough. Just like, you wave your hands and pay attention to the strands of magic. And I think like some of what's coming from the runes on top of the box is maybe interfering with your abilities a bit, but you can tell that this liquid here is not a magical liquid. It's not
Right.
like, it's not the blood of some magic creature. It's not some spelled ichor. It's,
Mhm.
yeah.
can I
That's-
determine
that's-
if it's something a little more down to earth, like oil?
That's what
something?
I point that out to Sarek. I say, point out the black liquid and tell him that I think this trap might be more mechanical in nature than arcane.
Yeah. Can
Yeah,
I
mean, the liquid doesn't look like oil. Like oil is like a dark amber colored, like thinner liquid. You would have expected it to like run down the front of the wood here.
Maybe it's
this
a
is
mimic.
more like
I poke it with my knife.
This is more like a grease or something.
No, I
you
poke it.
Poke the box with your knife, and it gouges another mark in the surface.
Does it open its mouth and bite me?
It does not.
Okay, then I say, well, it's not that. I had to run in with one of those one time.
It doesn't say, ow. It doesn't ask, why did you hurt me?
Okay.
Yeah.
You never know, Sarek. You never know with these things.
Look, I was thinking the same thing. Okay, I want to thieves tool this bad boy. And let's try to pop it open.
Casually.
Look.
Yeah.
While giving a thumbs up. You've got this.
I know I do.
Okay,
Don't worry.
Go ahead. Go ahead and roll a thieves tools check. Oh yeah. Awesome. So Sarek, you start easing this box open so you can get access to the mechanisms. And as soon as you do, it's clear that there's actually an incredibly complex contraption on the front of this device. So, I think as you're working with it,
you realize that a 23 is impossible to defeat, and it turns out you open it just fine. Just pop that, just get it right open.
No problems.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a good devil's bargain kind of thing.
Nope, there was no bargain that day.
Turns
out that he popped it right open.
But something is dangerous.
Oh yes, there was definitely the danger. Ruining one of his fabulously manicured nails. Yes.
Yeah, I think that the way that this goes is you ease open the clasp and you realize there's a wire attached to the clasp that's pulling as you pull the clasp out. And do you clip the wire or do you insert a tool inside and then find a way to lock the wire in place so that it doesn't move?
Yeah, I hold my hand out and it gives me her dagger and I slash it and then she dabs my forehead and it's a whole scene. Yeah.
Totally. Okay, so you've clipped the wire and you pull the clasp open, and as you start opening the lid, you hear the clicking inside as of gears winding a spring, and the gears are on the back side. So what do? Do you shove in some sort of wedge or something like that to lock the gears in place, or do you take a screw and
obviously I stop the gears from moving immediately. Then I go around the back of the box and unscrew the back plate of the box, and now I fiddle with the wires back there, which there's several different varieties of wires, and I start cutting each one, and then I take off some of the. Oh yeah, it's a whole 2 hours later. I'm still
and as he snips one of the cables, Aya says, "Oh, he's got to be happy with that one."
Yeah, awesome. So this tense situation of defusing this fairly complex mechanical trap comes to a conclusion, and you've finally clamped everything and clipped everything and disassembled mechanical components. It was a dart trap that there's a pair of darts that are contained inside the front housing of the box that would have shot out, and it looks as though both of them are coated in a deadly neurotoxin.
Potentially deadly.
Potentially deadly neurotoxin. And I as you're standing there and observing this, you get the sense that the arcane runes on top are some sort of pass check, some sort of authority checking mechanism. But Jesse's or Sarek's fantastic disarming has made that a moot point. So you lift open the top of the box.
Can I do something really sneaky and take the 2 unused darts and give them to someone on the team who wants to use deadly neurotoxin for some purpose? Can I pull them out of their casing and hand them over to Aya? Here, this could kill someone, I guess. Great. I do that. I take those.
Just slide a hand check, I guess. If you fail, you point yourself with one of them.
I was gonna say you're the one with gloves. What if I accidentally poke myself with this?
Chris is willing to take.
Don't do
You
that.
just shove them into like a belt pouch and then grab them in the middle of a combat,
Yeah.
I don't have any successful way to launch these.
Well, that's right. You lost your arms that last episode. I forgot about that.
Well, no, but it's a dart. You need like a tube to blow it through
I'll
or
hold
something.
I'll hold it then, since I assume I have the highest dex. I'll hold it so I
Yeah.
can throw it at people.
You can't. I don't know if
Fine.
you know this, Jeff, but
All right, chat. Bron's looking for a tube to blow. If anybody has any tubes
I
to
hate you.
blow,
I
Fresh out.
hate you.
Fresh out.
I just
Shove that
wish-
tube right up your ass and control.
that's
TV.
another use of a tube. Bron's also looking for a tube to put into someone's butt. Chat can help with that, please do.
I need someone to take that clip of Bronze going, "I hate you."
I hate you. I hate you.
Just replay it over and over again. I hate you.
Filth, garbage.
Fantastic. Sarek, you've tucked these safely into one of your belt pouches. Please go ahead and write 2 deadly darts. in your-
Yeah. Deadly darts.
Yeah.
Deadly darts. 2 deadly darts.
2 deadly darts.
2 deadly darts. Okay, great. The other box on the other side is the exact same thing, yes?
Well, let me tell you what's in this box.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Incidentally, are you on the, looking at the map, right? Are you at the bottom box or the top box right now?
I honestly was assuming I was at the top box.
Top box. Top
okay.
box.
Sorry, I don't know why. I'm going to be honest. Brain-wise, I just assumed I went north.
We've got our top box on it. Yeah, you open this box, and inside, set down into the stone of the wall, is it is some sort of winching mechanism. There's I think what I imagine is there's a wooden wheel with holes driven into the side, into the rim of the wooden wheel, and then set behind the wooden wheel is a long, not to put too fine a point on it, but there's a long wooden shaft behind the wheel.
I know what you're thinking, Bronze. It's not the time or place.
I guess I point over to.
We should have our shaft master, Jeff, take care of it.
Well,
I think the
Jeff-
shaft master is
You know what
down
they call
below.
him? Jeff Shaft Master Robinson.
There's
Let him
waiting-
take a crack.
Shaft Master's on the bottom
Yeah,
here.
the shaft master's
Jeff
on
is
the
on
bottom.
the bottom waiting for the gates to open, you understand.
Yeah.
Holding a shaft.
Yeah.
All right, so the shaft master's at the bottom, so we need to have Kairos at the top, and maybe Kairos
Yes.
can play with the shaft above.
Why are we talking about tops and bottoms and shafts?
I don't know what you mean.
He can really
Disarm
provide the
the chest
leverage
and let us be
necessary.
done.
I don't,
Oh,
Bronze. I don't know what you mean. No, I'm just saying that Kairos can get above
Look,
Jeff.
I got on this wall.
Right,
I
if
already
Eric
played with my
gets
shaft
above
today.
Jeff and starts playing with the shaft, maybe Jeff
He
can
played
get
with this
in there.
magic shaft to make sure we could get up. We could get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we could do that, if the two of them could work together on this shaft, I feel
I
like
throw myself from the wall to my
Free
death.
shaftsmanship.
And here's the weird part: you land on a shaft.
Yeah.
I can't.
Look,
God.
I know. I just really don't want to get shafted by these traps. I'm just not the right person for it.
no, you're gonna have to be.
That kind
Muscles,
of penetration
get over
can do some
here.
real damage. You're not ready
Yeah.
for it.
You're gonna have to do it. There's no traps here. You're gonna have to use your strong muscles.
Oh
Both
yeah,
of you together is
right.
just as
So-
strong as me.
Yeah,
Wait,
but we
hang
need
on.
you to do it.
Yes, there's more information. Incidentally, it looks like this wheel is set onto a sequence of gears that are hooked into the wall and then sort of disappear into darkness down below. And it looks like a few of the gears are missing.
Oh, son of a. All right. Here's what I'll do. Can I check the other box? Now that I know how the trap works, can I have have some advantage to disarm that?
Yeah,
thing?
I'll give you advantage now, Sarek. like you remember the intense like disarming of this trap. It is a fairly complicated structure.
Well, I mean, honestly, what
do
I
you
was
feel
going to do is
confident that
just.
you're going to just be able to like breeze it this time as well?
Also, I kind of wanted to like. Just open. Does it look the same? Does it still have the 2 holes and stuff?
Yeah.
Can I just stand out of the way and open it? Can I like not get hit? Just let the trap go off?
You certainly can, Sarek. And
Damn it.
from your knowledge of mechanical traps, that is a very safe way of handling this. There's one small thought that enters the back of your mind as you're standing aside, like hand on the latch, ready to like pull this thing open, which is, what do those runes on top do?
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, yeah. I disarm it with my thieves' tools.
Okay. Give me a roll, buddy.
No pressure.
Cool. Yeah, so, again, you start pulling the latch away and you clip the wire and you lift open the lid and you start like massaging the gears behind with, one of your small, like extensible
Right.
screwdrivers. And then all of a sudden you feel incredibly woozy. And then after that, almost, you hear this, and then you look down and you realize there's a pair of darts sticking out of your stomach.
Well, why would I have stood facing it, knowing those darts would be a thing?
So you did say that you were trying to position yourself to the side.
But then, and then you said that I went behind, and then the darts went off. I was behind it. Would I get hit from? I don't like being killed by darts. I don't.
So I think you've been so intensely focused on like the manipulation of your thieves' tools and the disarming of the mechanical component of this trap that you didn't see what happened. But Kairos and Aya, from their position a little ways away, saw you pulled open the lid of this thing, and like somehow your hand must have slipped, or you must have poked the wrong gear or something like that, and the trap triggered. And as the darts fired out of the front of the box, the runes along the top flashed a brilliant purple. The darts then also flashed a brilliant purple and arced through the air, unerringly striking you.
That's like some Guardians of the Galaxy, like.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it literally is like Yondu's.
Yeah, you got Yondude.
Yep.
You got Yondude right in the tummy.
That is absolutely what happened.
Man, you got Yondude. Cool. All right. Well, Sark just looks down and is like, I can't. Unfucking real. And then dies, I imagine.
Sarek, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I
DC
can't. That's not going to help me at all.
It'll reduce the damage by half.
That's a 5.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
You lose
you
7
take
levels.
7 necrotic damage.
Okay.
That's it?
And that's it.
Oh. What's the worst that could happen?
Ow, I guess. And I like pull him out. I'm like,
That's it.
well, that
Every
sucked.
Every time we take damage, Steven has to drink.
That's the drinking game.
Yeah.
Can I examine his wound to make sure this isn't going to continue to alter him in some way?
Yes,
You have
can.
training in medicine?
No, but I mean, like, I have a lot of experience with like necrotics and acid.
Do you consider that as being under your Arcana training?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because most of my type of damage is necrotic, and sometimes things backfire. So I feel like I kind of know what the wounds look like. It's less of like a doctor knowledge and more of like I burned myself a lot, so I feel like I know what it looks like.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Yes. You step forwards. Like, what does this look like when you're examining these darts that are sticking out of Sarek's stomach?
Well, I pull him out right away.
Okay.
And then just kind of examine the wound and make sure he's not like cursed or something, or that these aren't going to continue to eat away at him if we don't
you
cut off the flesh, cauterize the wound.
You
a
pull aside.
more gold dart situation.
Yeah, well, you never know. Make sure the whole dart is there and there's not a piece of it working its way towards his heart or something.
Yeah.
You pull aside the fancy clothes and the finery that Sarek is wearing,
There's a lot.
exposing the pallid white flesh of his tum.
Yeah, sick.
Nice.
You look like a corpse.
Y'all know that scene in The Lord of the Rings where there's like all the black veins through like Frodo's
Oh, I have
Yeah.
black stomach veins.
The Morgul
Cool.
blade.
It's-
Yeah.
Cool.
Totally, you got
Cool.
black stomach veins, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Morgul blade, whatever.
The Mogul blade. There's like a guitar
Money,
solo
money,
plays
money,
in
money.
the background as you say it. It's the Mogul blade.
Is he gonna be okay?
Oh, roll an Arcana check for me, please.
I need to live.
Hey, yeah.
Sark, are you like writhing in pain on the from your stomach on the ground right now?
No, I've had literal things inside of me today. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm not
Or any of them
pain.
shafts?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
You know what it was.
From your examination, it looks as though this is some sort of like life draining poison.
Mhm.
And the damage is almost incidental to like the spiritual damage that it is going to cause. to
Oh,
Sark.
is it a moral damage? Because that won't be a problem for
That
me.
it's going to cause?
I'm immune
Yes.
to
And Sarek, like all of this happened quickly enough that you barely even like noticed yourself get hit, and now you can feel like a cold spreading out from your
Oh no!
Oh,
I
shit.
say I
You're gonna-
motion over to Kairos because
I
he
need
has
the two
knowledge
of you.
with healing stuff. This is way better than it looks, Sarek.
I need the two of
okay?
you to come
Trust
suck
me,
this
I have
out.
experience with this
Come over
stuff.
here. Come over here.
What
Both
is
of
it?
you suck it
This
out
is
of my
gonna
gut.
spread. You're probably gonna
Suck-
die.
Put your mouth
Oh
right
my
here and suck
God.
out the goo. I need.
What does it
it's
smell
a
like?
poison. No, both of you come over here and suck out my gut.
I'm
Come
not
over.
sucking it
No,
out.
you need to
sucking
get over
your
here
gut.
right now. Suck
Oh my
out the
God.
poison. It'll kill me. It's like a
Stop.
snake bite.
All of
It's
your
like you have to
excitement
come over
probably
here.
just raising
No.
your heartbeat, and it's making
No,
the poison
I'm going to
spread
die.
faster.
I'm
You
going to
need to
suck out the
breathe.
poison. Suck
Stop
out the poison.
You gotta breathe.
I need both your
Everybody
mouths.
knows when you freak
I
out,
need both
you just
your
make the poison
mouths.
spread faster. You're
No,
probably gonna
No,
die.
put your
It's probably
mouths on my
gonna be
body.
Sarek,
Put
please
your
give
mouths on
me-
my body and suck out my poison.
Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my God, we have to calm him down.
I'm fine.
Oh,
I'm fine.
hey,
Suck out my
okay,
poison.
awesome. So you can like it's been like 6 seconds. It's been around. You can feel this poison like drawing from your stores of energy in your body. And you sort of like steel yourself and grate your teeth and like start
Suck
breathing
out
like
my-
more seriously as
suck
the
out my
pair
poison.
examine you. And you suffer no further ill effects
Oh,
right now.
God, suck out
Right
my
now.
Eric,
poison.
Yeah.
what is Kairos doing?
Well, they're bickering and yelling about
Can you
that
like
stuff.
heal him with prayer or something?
might come over
Whatever
here.
you do, like pray it away. I don't know.
I can't unless Sark lets me see the wound. Right now, he's covering it up like a baby.
No, suck out my poison.
Yeah.
I'm so
All right, yeah.
tired.
I gander
I'm so
at the
tired.
wound, and I do that little. Oh, that does not look good, Sark.
I'm so tired. Suck out the poison.
I thought we were
Looks-
doing the spear thing.
I kind of. Again, what does it smell like? Does it smell like sweet?
Yes, it smells like sickly sweet.
You've
Yeah,
got to-
right.
it's-
Like
It's
rancid
like honey in
honeysuckle
there.
or
You've
something.
got to suck out the poison.
No, it smells.
We're not doing the spear thing.
You're.
It smells
Sark,
like lilac and gooseberries.
He's gonna die, Jeff.
He can't see
I'm
this. He's
asking-
literally
He's not gonna
down
die.
on the ground. He doesn't know what's going on.
Listen, yeah, no. Sark,
guys
you're not
sometimes
gonna
get
die. You're
disorganized.
lucky.
Thought we were
I've had
doing the spear
I've
thing.
had experience with this before.
Or we can just.
This reminds me of the venom of the Aspen from the Battle of Bliss Chapel.
Right.
Of the who?
Aspen. Are you for Aspa?
I was trying
Alright,
to hold it in.
I just
The
won't be
venom of the
creative
ass.
ever again, and I'm just not gonna say anything.
I
I'm
know.
just gonna
heard
say, Steven,
something
I can lay on
else.
hands.
Asp men is great. I understand you meant men who are also vipers
Yes.
of the category asp.
You
I-
think of Viper Men or Mamba Men.
Viper Men is not
or
cool
Ass
enough.
Men.
I would 100% blame Jeff,
Can we?
despite his
Always blame Jeff.
propitious silence for all of this.
I'm not-
Episode
am I
30.
muted? I've asked the question like 4 times. You guys just ignore me, so I'll just be
Oh,
quiet.
I'm sorry.
We're doing the spear thing, but we're dealing with the present threat to
I
Sarek's
can't.
life.
No. So my question was, if he and I are away doing the spear thing, then he can't be near to hear this or see this happening because we were talking about how I was being lowered to the lower ground off a rope,
Oh yeah. No, I hear that you are down at the below ground. Yes.
and he's the one holding the rope, right?
I was, yeah. But like
Yeah, you're down on the ground.
And then I got
this is like
shot
10
with
minutes
stuff.
of time, and it takes you not 10 minutes to get down there.
That was my question. Did I get the
Oh.
spear to come back up, and are we all up together?
No, the gates are still closed.
We're trying to open the gates, but
Yeah.
then he got poisoned while we were trying to open the gates, and now he's
Yeah.
probably going to die
Okay,
before
so
the
my
gates get
understanding was
open.
that he had the rope to raise me up, but that's not what's happening. I'm just down there by myself with the spear now.
I did.
You don't even
I
have the
did
spear
stop
yet. He
the- yeah.
literally just lowered you so you could get the spear, but I got shot with shit before we could open the gate for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jeff,
We're
you're
trying
on the
Hence the
ground.
question. That was what I was
Yes.
asking.
Yeah.
You're on the ground in front of the closed gates where
Yeah.
the spear
Okay.
is contained between them, waiting for these clowns
I know.
up top to open the gate.
You're literally like doing this, you know, if you had a watch, you're just like, what the fuck is going on? At the same time, I'm like, hold on, just Armros, I know, 1 second. They're let me see this. Yeah. And
You
then I
probably
say,
hear Sarek's incoherent shrieking from up top.
Yeah, and Aya going, he's gonna die. I'm like, he's not gonna die. I've seen this venom before
From the Ass Man.
from the Ass Man.
By the way, episode 30 is a flashback
Yeah.
of Kairos's time, and it's called
Battle with
Venom
the
of the
Ass Man.
Venom of the Ass Man, and that is the episode 30 flashback. It's gonna be great.
It was the Battle of Bliss Chapel.
Yep.
The Battle of Bliss Chapel. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so a wizard of the Sixth Breach brought his asp men to bear, and I've seen these wounds before, as written down in the annals of the histories of the Legion.
Now you're not even trying.
So I'm
There.
going to,
You
but the
can't
problem is that I have to
have
put my finger in the wound to heal you.
Just do whatever you have to.
Blah! As soon as you say just do it, I just you're like, ah, and I lay on hands. I have to burn 5 lay on hand points to heal you of the poison condition, which I imagine is what this is.
Yeah.
It doesn't heal you any HP damage, but it does stop you from dying.
And now you have been inside of him.
I have been inside of you.
You wouldn't be the first. Oh.
Awesome.
You and every
Yeah,
tool
like
on the planet.
you feel this holy power flow out of your hands and into Sarek. And you can tell that this energy you're sending into him is cleansing a part of the poison that is affecting him. It's almost like this was like a mix of poisons, and you 100% cleared off the poisoned condition, which was the third thing that was about to happen. But it was Jesse's own fortitude that prevented the second bad thing.
Yeah, sure. it
We will
was.
never know what it might have been because you fought your way through it. So Jesse, the black lines around your wounds are slowly fading now, and you feel much better.
All right, let's get these gates open. Stop talking about people sucking things out of you.
Yeah, no, great, cool. Let me have 5 minutes to just open this. Okay.
It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
You
Well,
you rest. You've been through something. Me and Kairos can open it. And I go to
Okay.
one of the
Go
mechanisms.
go hold the rope for Armros.
Yeah, no, I just fall down the ground and just go to sleep. I'm just like out.
And
Okay, yeah.
I'll
All right.
Awesome.
stand at one. We'll have Kairos stand at the other, and we'll look at each other and try to coordinate it so that
Sure,
we
I
do
got the top one.
time.
Yeah,
Yep.
so once again, Kairos, the mechanism down in your box is either incomplete or has been tampered with, or parts have been removed, but it's missing a couple of gears. And Aya, you're looking down in your box as well?
Mm-hmm.
Give me an
Yeah.
investigation check.
Good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yours is also missing components, but like slightly different ones.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably like a couple of chains and like a couple of ropes or that sort of thing, like connecting things together. And yours appears to be missing those.
So it's like a complementary set, in other words? Is that what you're implying?
It's not like you could take the components from it's not like you could swap them and then have working mechanisms. It's more like
Sure.
there's pieces missing, and
What's the size of these gears that are missing? Like, are we talking about like wheels, like wagon wheel size? Are we talking about
Oh, it
like
can't be that big.
softball
They're
size?
probably like
7 inches.
yeah, they're like softball sized. Is the right size.
Okay, okay, yeah. Grapefruit size. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So they could be hidden anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Hang on. Let's
Can
see.
we fashion
This is
something?
this is a dead end. I mean,
Yeah. Can we
Right.
fashion something that might work?
Tell me what you have in mind.
So for mine, you said it's got some chains and stuff missing. Could I maybe take apart part of my sickle cane and use like the sort of chain from that to
Like jury rig some sort of solution.
yeah, that'll just
Yeah.
help it open for now.
Yeah, I think you could. I like you look at it, you look at your cane, you like press the button that turns it into its like chain whip form. Yeah, you think you probably could rig something up.
Okay.
That doesn't work. You
And-
can use your Hot Topic wallet chain.
Right, but we only need one of the gates to open. Let's think about this. So I'm at the bottom. That's where Armoros is.
Yes.
If I lift this, Armoros will be able to get the spear. He won't be able to go through, but he'll be able to get the spear.
It's true.
I do it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely.
We don't need to open both gates. We just need him to get the spear.
So to like tinkering with stuff to make it work again is actually a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, let's do it.
Give me a roll. Holy damn.
It's one of the things I'm
look
good at. I'm a may or may not used to be a little bit of a swindler. So
Yeah, so we see like your swindler's fingers come back into play here as you deftly like weave this sickle cane through the mechanisms and then like attach it to itself with like a piece of wire or something like that. Yeah, you think that this mechanism is going to work.
okay. So then I activate it.
Well, I mean, it's like a big wheel with a shaft that you can like crank.
Okay, so I crank it.
Okay, cool. It's heavy as fuck.
I make Kairos crank it.
I crank the shaft.
Kairos, give me a strength check.
Just back and forth. Sure.
What the hell?
I guess I'm doing it on my own, so I don't get help, so I don't get advantage. But that's fine. Is this a strength save?
Yes.
Okay. Not great. 15.
15 is fine. Yeah, it takes you a little bit of time and it's a little bit awkward because you have to like insert the rod and then like crank a little bit and then like lock it in place. There's actually like a locking mechanism. Remove, insert, crank. Like it's like
it's like when you're assembling an IKEA and the fucking Allen wrench thing is like too small and you can't twist the full degree and you have to keep doing it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna ask if anybody else out there in chat has ever had like a bridge from like an orthodontic device to like widen their palate. I had one of those when I was a kid. You need to like take this little tiny key and like insert it back in like the roof of your mouth and then like crank it one little tiny bit at a time.
What?
Yeah. Orthodontia is terrifying.
Are you getting like captured and is supposed to use this on Baron Harkonnen? Like what is
the Confederate States?
Like what is this? A weird.
Yes, Kaisa Khan understands. Yeah, those things are terrifying. Anyway, that's what it's like. It's just like this incremental, tiny, like, exhausting thing. The worst thing about the bridge is that it's also incredibly painful. Not immediately, but like over the next few days, it is painful. Awesome. Cool. Okay. So bit by bit, you crank this gate up off the ground. And, Armoros, as you're watching it, as it leaves the ground, you can see like the crackling, shimmering wall of force sort of collapse. It's almost like seeing a bubble pop in midair, except there wasn't a bubble there at first. It like you just see the popping action.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. And fairly quickly you're able to like duck under and move in to where the spear is.
Yeah. I wrap both my hands around the shaft of the spear.
So the first thing around the spear
runes
is a line of runes that are like burning with flame.
Okay.
You still just grab it? Oh god, it's Armoros. You just can't grab it.
You know when like Gamora grabs the thing in Endgame? Just like
I look up, I look down at the runes. And then I kind of look around to see if there's any like the lettering or something like that. That's what he associates with the runes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any lettering?
Roll Arcana for me, Armoros.
Wow.
You got plenty of that.
Got a 2.
You know, it doesn't say anything.
Okay.
It
Kind
wants you
of
to
looks
grab
back at the group, thinks about it for like 2 seconds, looks back at the spear, kind of shrugs, and then grabs the spear.
Cool. So the spear is further away from the runes than like one arm's reach.
I walk past the runes then.
Cool. You step into the ring of runes and immediately your breath is taken out of your throat. It feels like you have no air. You cannot breathe.
I step back out of the runes.
Okay. You can breathe again. As soon as you're out, you can breathe again. Armoros, like you stepped forwards and what are you wearing?
My normal badassery.
Your normal badassery. So yeah, you've got like a chainmail and I'm assuming you have some sort of like surcoat or something like that on it, like under or over it or something like that. The portion of your body that you stepped forwards into this ring of runes with, like your surcoat just like burst into flame and then disintegrated away. So you're wearing like half of a surcoat now. And the chain armor on you is quite hot to the touch. It's not like damaging you. It's not painful or anything like that, but it is quite hot.
And how far away is the spear?
It's like 7 feet into the ring, right?
I put my hands on my hips. I look at it. But my skin didn't burn?
No.
Look back at the group and I say, turn your heads. Or don't.
We're above you. So.
I'm looking down at him like, what's taking you? Fine,
What's taking you
whatever.
so long?
I disrobe.
I assume that he's going to the bathroom or something.
Disrobe?
I disrobe.
Okay, you disrobe.
Set my blood knight mask down real nicely. Lay down my weapons.
It's all folded.
And then I'm going to step in, but not fully. Just gonna kind of like cold water. Put my foot in. Step in.
You put your foot in and you feel like the heat growing.
It's growing, but kind of like a hot shower type of thing.
Well, like
or proximity heat. Is it?
It's like hottest possible shower temperature when you put your arm.
Very good. Okay, so I pull back. I'm gonna do like a little jog thing. Breathe heavily.
Oh God, he's gonna burn all over.
And be like, this goes poorly. Get my shit. I'll be on the moon. And then I'm gonna run in to grab the spear.
Awesome.
The
okay,
moon losers.
What?
You run in and like immediately like the air around you goes red. Like you can see like cinders floating up past you. Like you can't take a breath, but somehow still your nose transmits to your brain the scent of burning hair. Like you look down on the back of your arms and you can see like your hair is like curling away in the heat. Roll, what is it? Yes, roll a Constitution saving throw, DC 12. Ooh, okay. It's nothing, right? You take 1 fire damage from the heat that's emanating in this space. And you grasp the spear.
Yeah.
All right. You touch the spear, and you can feel like it's almost like something is pulling on your navel, but like in your brain. That's the sense that you get.
Yeah.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, good. 13.
Hey, very nice. So I think you haven't grabbed the spear yet. You're still pushing forwards through like the fire and the flames, the heat of this, like forcing yourself forwards against the magics that are trying to push you back. And you step forwards like one strong step towards the spear. And as you do, you hear this, and the 3 of you on top of the wall, like you sort of you hear like the clinking of armor as Armoros is taking his clothes off, and you hear him shout, you know, like, "Don't look, I'll be up soon," something like that. And then like you hear the sound of fire from down below.
Like a blowtorch fire, I imagine, right? Like a sound, like a constant roar. Yeah.
And then from the sky up above, you see a spear of flame come shrieking down out of the heavens.
I'm not standing here.
Okay, what do you do?
I mean, that's coming down at me. Ostensibly, he's below me, so I don't want to stand there.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Below you?
just gonna go to the left.
Oh, hey, this is a solar demon we need. That's what Aya says. Oh, gosh. Good job, Armoros. It's like perfect. We need.
Outside fireball range is my standard.
Yeah, you move to the safe fireball distance.
No, but it can't be a fireball because the spear calls down demons.
I mean, it calls down a lot of things, apparently.
And demons,
Let's
solar
see.
demons.
Yeah, well, things on fire coming down to hit the earth. I don't want to be around when they land. So like, stepping back.
Armoros is going to be 1, Aya 2, Sarek 3, Kairos 4.
That's gonna be me. Oh.
Hey, it's Armoros. So Armoros, you're actually sort of like in here down below.
Yeah.
And this fiery creature, this living shard of flame comes and strikes the earth. Paff! Just outside of this ring of ring of runes that you're pushing your way through, Armoros.
Yeah.
The rest of you see this from up top. So Aya and Kairos, you have direct line of sight to this thing. Would all 4 of you roll initiative for me, please?
Absolutely. Does this thing sound like a Protoss Archon? I imagine they do. Like that ripping energy of like
totally.
sounds all the time, right? Okay.
17.
We burn.
Yeah. He's
Very
good.
good.
That was very good.
Roll that up. 21. Dang. All right, cool. So sorting, descending, fantastic. Okay, well, Armoros, this creature that just landed on the floor sees you, and like you can hear the shriek of its fiery anger as it runs forwards into the ring of fire and then leaps.
The ring of fire.
Since I have a line of sight, exactly would I say this is compared to my experience?
Do you have a
I
How
would say
large?
this is a very minor solar demon.
Needs to do it again with both hands this time.
Ross?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Armoros, this
We
this
need
thing
it. We need it large. You gotta do it again. You gotta keep
dang.
doing it till it ejaculates a huge one. We need a large one.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
what?
We only need a medium-sized one.
Yeah, but
It's true.
that one's not medium. We gotta get a bigger.
Why do you know?
This one is tiny, in fact. It leaps at you, like wrapping its claws around your flesh and then raking them down your body. And it deals you 12 damage. 4
And you're
piercing.
naked.
Yeah, that's
piercing and
very
8
erotic.
Okay, I take 12.
What do you do, Armoros?
So just to assess this, Steven, do I get the sense that I can't grab the spear and being repelled by it?
You get the sense you're being repelled, but it is a force you can push through. But that's like the Arcana check, right? To try to like push your way against the magics that are keeping you out.
I get the sense that this is a job best for somebody else then, and I'm going to do a barrel roll to my gear
Okay.
and frantically try to start putting it on and call up to the group and be like, get down here. It's not a big one, but I need help with this, and somebody with better abilities with magic or whatever, they're going to have to grab that spear. Which means
Awesome.
you're going to probably have to get naked, Aya.
So, Armoros, you can...
I'm not getting naked.
Not a
Ew.
debate. It's for the mission. It's for the best of everybody.
You do a barrel roll out of the circle of fire, but before you do, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah, all right.
Wait, you do a barrel roll?
Fuck yeah, dude. I rolled another
A
one.
naked barrel roll.
You take 3 fire damage
How
from
does it
being
even-
inside of the ring of fire, and then you dive out. Now, donning your armor is going to take you 5 minutes.
Yep.
Do you just start slowly putting your armor on?
No.
I mean, I just guess I grabbed the sanctified flail. My
Yeah,
other
fight
sanctified
naked.
flail.
Yeah.
So
Is it within range?
Yes, it is within striking range.
Aya, is mage armor a spell that only you can cast on yourself, or can you cast on other people?
Out at it, and I crit.
Ah,
Damn.
A lot of ones, a lot of 20s here.
Roll that damage.
So 16.
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh.
And
So
then
this This solar flare just erupts, evaporating into nothing.
Okay. And then I put the sanctified flail down, look up at the group, and I'm like buckling on my armor. I'm like, no, seriously. I think the spear summons demons. We'll need a bigger one. I can't do it. I don't know magic, and I'm also naked, so I'm going to put my armor on.
Normally, I think you can cast mage armor on other people because mine is an eldritch invocation. I think it does specify it has to be yourself.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I don't have the spell normally. I only have it as an invocation. So, I'm going to. Is the rope still there?
No, that was being held by Kyrie.
Yeah.
I
need a way down.
We have time now, right? There's nothing else.
Yep.
There, so just hold the rope and come on down.
The only remaining question is after I crank the shaft, does the portcullis stay up in the up position or does it like fall back down?
There's a locking mechanism that you can engage in order to keep the portcullis.
All right. Assume I did that and okay.
Before I get too far, Steve, can I use some hit dice? Are we in that common enough of a period?
Yeah, so it like now that you're out of the ring and you're not trying to approach the spear, like you wait a second, you look around, nothing else seems to be coming. So yes, if we would like to take a short rest,
okay.
You
so
can.
1d10 plus my constitution, right, which is 2.
Yes, and you can actually spend as many hit dice as you want.
Yeah. So here's the first one. So I'm at 35, and I'll do it again. So I go down to 3 because I can get bonus if I roll well enough here, and I rolled an 8. So that puts me at 2 bonus. I'm at 43.
There you go.
Nice.
Seriously, I get down here. You're probably gonna have to do it naked.
I'm not getting naked.
We're all adults. Nothing we haven't
No. You have the intellect of a child. I would never get naked in front of you. And I hand the rope to Kairos and have him like help me down or whatever.
Yeah, I lash it down.
Burn off. You're going to actually be naked one way or the other.
I'm not getting naked.
You all managed to make it down to the bottom of the wall with reasonable safety.
Then
I do it?
look forward to seeing how this is done.
Can you do it?
I would prefer
Well,
to
like,
stay
Aya's
on
not
Go
doing
to
it.
the
No,
Sphere
no,
was
I'll
like
do it.
a disciple of Atikusu, right?
They fought naked.
Yeah.
I fucking have a conversation with my patron.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming this is his, and ask him for permission to wield the spear.
You're asking him for his spear?
Yeah, it's my patron.
I believe it.
Like, okay, no one's taking their clothes off.
Present to me your spear, you say.
And it's like something out of, Third Rock for the Sun, where, I decide to commune with my patron.
Oh, maybe the adult Third Rock from the Sun, yeah.
And this is kind of similar to Dr. Orpheus going into his daughter's closet.
Yeah.
On this plane, I'm still standing there. But in a different plane, you see me.
You're on a big cloud and there's a 3-headed dog and it's talking with it's talking with Coach McGurk's voice.
Yes. And I'm like, hey, A-Town, big guy, how's it going?
Up top.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. Quick question, buddy. Is there any way I could get Utu's spear without roasting to death? You want to maybe
ask him about a mid-sized demon.
Help me figure out how to use it?
I think he scratches behind his ear for a little bit and then he's like, I didn't really give him that spear. I just kind of told him a couple of neat tricks with some things that he could do with it, but kind of forgot him a while back. Turns out when you're like 800 million years old, some of the things seem more important than others. You like want to like pick it up or like stab people with it?
Or like pick it up.
Maybe summon like a mid-tier sized demon with it?
Oh yeah, no, I don't deal with that anymore. As summoning demons is a bad scene.
Oh, okay. Well, you got any tips
now.
on how I could maybe touch it without having my clothes burst into flames?
Clothes, flame. Yeah. Roll like a persuasion check.
I kind of want to see this too.
Yeah,
Literally a one.
Atikusu just like he like shrugs his shoulders and then like he turns it on fire. Like you know, Cerberus dog just bursts into flame. He's like, your clothes burst into flame. I don't know, like wear like metal clothes, like clothes that don't burn. Like I don't know. Like what are you coming to me for? Like it seems like a pretty simple problem.
I don't know, because you're all knowing and you were probably the one that bestowed the spear with powers in the first place. God knows Utu's a loser. He was only a badass because of you.
I like how meanwhile she's up with her just like the whites of her eyes. She's like,
Yeah, I'm like astral projecting.
seems like a lot of work just not to get naked.
He's like, whoa, you have an interesting perspective on my knowledge and power. No, I don't know. Like, pour water on yourself, maybe?
Wasn't your patron supposed to be a badass? Who is this guy?
No, my patron is a trickster. So he's kind of a cunt. Okay, all right. Well, that's all you've got for me then? No useful tips for your most beloved disciple?
Give me the tip.
He says, you know, it's kind of like your name. You know, here, come here. Lean down.
Okay, get closer and lean down.
Oh my God.
Put my hand on his big flaming dog head.
Yeah, like he whispers a word into your ear.
And then
it just like blows your mind. You don't hear it. You don't understand it. You just like wake up lying on your back with your friends like clustered around you.
Okay.
You were not lying when you started this enterprise.
Yeah, I was standing up. Well, that went perfectly. And I stand up and I'm like,
Ta-da.
Armoros has his chain shirt like halfway over his head.
mm-hmm.
He's like this. Like yeah.
He gave me the invaluable advice to
Way cooler than that, Steven.
wear clothes that don't burn. But from what we've seen, that didn't really work in Armoros's case. Okay, well, everybody turn your backs away from me. And I'm going to
Sark is still passed out up on top.
Okay.
I just want to make
I
that.
turn around.
Nobody
asleep.
looks.
Gonna.
What did you say, Sarek?
Oh, I'm still asleep up top. I am on top of this thing. I was near dead, and no one sucked it out of me, so I am resting it. I'm sleeping it off. You guys have your fun naked adventures. I am too classy for that.
This is going to go very well for Sarek.
Your pinky's out drinking your latte. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
So you're disrobing Aya.
No, I'm not disrobing.
What? Okay.
I'm going in with my clothes on.
No!
Okay.
So that you will then be disrobed?
But
Well, we
in
don't have-
case
I don't have
my
a towel.
clothes melt, I just, don't want them looking.
But then you'll be
turn around.
permanently naked forever.
No, because I have a spare set of clothes.
Where?
It's like
Take it in
my
there.
disguise kit.
Where?
It's my outfit that I perform in.
Where?
It's a nun costume.
It's in my
It's a nun.
bag.
It's a nun costume.
It's in my bag.
Okay.
I hand it
It's a
to
nun costume.
Kairos and say, "Hey, I don't want this stuff to melt. Oh, hold that." I hang it off his shoulder since he's facing away from me.
Sure.
I'm just like cursing,
Sure.
like, "Oh my God, please don't burst into flames. Please don't burst into flames. Please don't burst into flames." And I examined the runes.
Yeah. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
It's 9.
Damn. Yeah, it's like a ring of warding and of fire and of protecting and of like worth testing.
Mm-hmm.
Only the worthy can wield this spear. It's very Thor's hammer.
Oh. I reach a hand forward.
Yeah, totally. You reach a hand in and you feel like heat curling around your hand, but nothing happens yet.
Okay, I think I'm worthy. So, with Atikusa's blessing, I step forward and try to grab the spear.
Okay, you step forwards and all of you hear the blowtorch sound of fire, and like you see flames erupt around Aya. And Aya,
No, they don't, because their backs are turned. They don't see any of it.
you see the flickering light of the fires that are burning around Aya, casting shadows from behind you. Aya,
I don't look back. I don't look back. I'm like, this doesn't sound like it's working, Aya.
Don't turn around.
Wouldn't dream
Aya,
of it.
you like, first of all, your breath is completely taken away. You cannot breathe. Second, like there is fire like curling around your flesh, and like a light, faint blue glow covering your clothes and preventing them from being burned.
Sweet. So I continue forward.
But you can't
And
breathe.
then you hear a strange voice in your head, which you've learned to recognize as Atikusu, even though it sounds completely different. Why be hot when you could be frigid? And then shards of ice creep along your arms, and none of the flames touch your flesh. And that, I think, is where we should take a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this bastard. He's going to freeze me to death instead of roasting me to death. I can just feel it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sunfall Cycle. We are back from our break. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we were just talking about Star Wars while that song was playing and how much we all love it and have no complaints at all.
Your cheer motes. I almost called it
cheer
a
mote
cheer
is
mote.
great.
Your
Oh my
cheer
God.
mote is great. You're eating
It is.
bits.
I love them. They're so
Your
delicious.
big chubby cheeks.
Those jowls.
Yeah, there's one where I suck on it. There's one where I like munch on it. Yeah, they're all me.
Is it one where you gargle it? Just
Kirby.
Oh, I'm like,
Yeah.
Irish geese are coming in representing. Okay.
All
Let's
right,
get down to
so
business.
Aya, you're walking forwards into this. There's ice crystals spreading across your hands. The flames are not touching your skin because of the ice crystals, and they're not touching your clothes because of your mage armor, which is like flickering and fighting these flames off of you. Give me an Arcana check, because you are still being pushed back by the magical forces of this rune, of this circle of runes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You take one strong step forwards, and then the rest of you hear the tearing, ripping, flickering sound of a solar flare tearing through the sky.
Oh, come now.
So let's see. 1 is going to be Aya. 2 is going to be Kairos. 3 is going
I
to
would
be
have told her to wait till my armor's on. Is that reasonable?
Yes. You also took a 10-minute rest.
Took 2 of them, right?
yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. So-
During that time that he's been doing that, I imagine I've awoken, but I'm going to still stay up on that wall. I'm not going to go down.
That's fair. You see a solar flare come tearing down and land right next to Kairos, right in front of this gate.
Small guy.
Please, all of you, roll initiative again, because it's been long enough that we need that.
I had enough time to gain back some HP.
Yeah, you can retroactively spend a hit die.
I will do that.
Hey.
2? Yeah, what a waste. Okay.
That's a 2 recovery.
You can spend more than 1, incidentally. You can spend as many as you want.
Oh,
Would you like to spend another one?
I would, since I have 5. Let's go crazy. No, you know what? I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead and just be all right.
You're going to quit while you're only moderately behind.
Yes.
All right, Sarek, where you see this thing land on the ground, and you get the first action. What do you do?
I sort of like look over the edge, and I'm like, is this one of the ones we kill? And if they agree, if anyone acknowledges the fact that I'm not dead and still living,
Yep, it's just a little one.
Yeah, then I pull out my bow and arrow and shoot at it.
Awesome. Let me see. Do you get the auto crit right now?
I do have a position of advantage from the high ground, and as we
You
all
do.
know,
I mean, you have it. Let's
We're in the high
see.
ground now.
Yeah, so you all know the high ground's very important.
You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. Let me roll a wisdom saving throw for the solar flare. Book. It is not surprised, so this won't be a critical hit, but you have advantage and you get your sneak attack because you have advantage. So go ahead and make your attack.
Let's do it. Short bow.
Oh, damn!
What?
Don't do it. This
I
is the
rolled
high
two
ground.
20s.
Yeah.
I have the high ground.
Just if you roll another natural 20, could he just kill it?
Oh, there's no way
Is
it
that
survives.
possible?
It has 7 hit points. It's like literally.
Oh my god! And I get my sneak attack.
Yeah. So like
do everything.
Yeah. So that's 8 damage. So it's already dead. And then roll an additional 3d6 because you double the dice you roll when you crit. So that's 66. Yeah. This thing just goes. It vaporizes.
Was I supposed to kill that one?
Yeah,
I
Fuck
killed
this
it.
planet anyways.
It's just a small one.
Oh.
Armoros, I'm assuming that you're not doing anything because there's no other threats present.
I will ready action
Yes.
attack next demon because I know that they're coming in, right?
Well,
Can Sark
that's
shoot him out of the sky?
Can you do that, Steve?
That is
Oh
a
my god! Can I
reasonable
shoot them
guess.
as they fly out? Oh my ass!
Yeah, can you like Patriot missile, like
Oh
track them
my
in the sky,
God.
knock him out? What's that called? What's the
Star Wars
Israeli
program,
shield wall,
please,
whatever
come
that's
on.
called with the missile, whatever that's called. Anyways,
Can I do this?
Well, so Sarek, you'll be able to do that ready on your next turn, but there's some things that need to happen first. Aya, please make a second Arcana check. You're pushing yourself forwards through the circle, stepping. Your hand is like fingers widths away from the spear now, and at that same moment, where are they?
Oh, this is like Destiny when Dinklage would go to the door and then you have to fight like 18 waves of guys while you open the door.
Yeah.
Same thing, except we're going from small to
I
bigger.
miss Dinklebot.
So do I.
turns out it makes really fun D&D stuff too.
Yeah.
I get to attack it because I held action attack.
You did.
So one lands next to Kairos and one lands next to Sarek. So
top with me?
it's actually out of your range.
Why did it land there and not
Poor
here?
Jeff. Poor
I
Jeff.
live for your disappointment. Every time you're disappointed, my day gets better.
Jeff,
Who's my initiative then, or is it my turn?
roll a d20, and on a 10 plus, it landed at the space between you and Kairos.
The space between.
Oh!
All right, Jeff, make your attack.
What a nice guy.
Work it lies.
Pretty sure that's a hit. Yeah, it is. There you go. Roll the damage.
9.
This one just vaporizes.
Nailed
And then this one gets a turn added and rolls initiative.
Just don't even add them to the initiative. They just get pulverized.
Yep, pretty much. Kairos, it's your turn. The one on top of the wall is on top of the wall. I think it's got like 3/4 coverage. So it's probably got like that +5 to AC, but you could throw a javelin if you wanted to. Walls are 20 feet high, so you'd be throwing at disadvantage as well.
I mean, Sarek, I'm not. I think Sarek's got this.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, but you could try.
So I'm not
You
gonna.
could
I'm
try
not
to
gonna
help
waste
me.
the
Maybe you
throw.
could try to help me.
Nah, you're good.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could try.
All right,
You're
Sarek.
well rested.
You're shouting down off from the top of this cliff. If you wanted to, you could try, and then it's your turn to act.
Oh,
What do you-
delightful. I want to use my. Can I use a cunning action to sort of like back off? How close is it to me? Is it like 5
It's
feet
5
away?
feet. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I
you could
wanna-
cunning action to dash and move
Yeah, I
away,
wanna
or to
cunning action and
disengage and
dash,
then move away
like-
and then shoot it.
like here or something. Like get further away and shoot it.
Yep, totally.
Cool. Yes, that's what I will do then. Short bow.
And it has not gotten to act yet. Yes.
Is that hit?
So you hit.
Yup.
And because you have advantage, you get sneak attack. So roll your sneak attack damage as well. Yep. You just nuke this one. Just poof. Fantastic. Armoros, are you readying another?
Yes, I will. So you can only ready one action. I can't like ready act like I don't get my full turn or something, right?
Correct. Yeah. So like right now on your turn, you can move, you can take an action, you can take your bonus actions and reactions. But if the action you take is ready, then you specify the condition, which is like a creature comes within melee range, and the action, which is I take an attack.
I'll move central to as many people as I can, and then ready action attack.
That makes sense. All right, cool. Aya, give me another Arcana check.
My luck was bound to wear out sometime.
Okay. Yes. So this time the fire breaks through the ice that's like coating your flesh, and you take 1 fire damage, Aya.
Okay.
But you can't push yourself forwards anymore. You can still feel like the magic is permeable. It's not like you're prevented. It's just that this time your attempt was unsuccessful. And gentlemen, the 3 of you see a much larger streak of flame come searing through the heavens. And it lands about here.
Oh, damn.
Oh, no. It's going to charge.
Has the music changed too?
The music has changed. It's more like ba 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 ba. Yeah.
That's the medium-sized one, right?
Perfect.
So technically what they said was mid-tier. This is a solar lance, which you have fought before, which you know does not contain the kind of heart that you need.
This is the guy that there were 2 of them, and they almost brutalized us last time. If you
It
remember.
literally rolled
only at range. That was what we learned.
Yes.
If you close the distance, they can't charge you. The charge, however, is disgusting. It dealt like 30 damage in 1 turn.
All right, Kairos, it's your turn.
Roll its initiative, I suppose.
Well, got to charge before he can be charged.
I rolled an initiative of 0 for it.
All right. Javelin out, spear out.
Awesome.
Like in the shield. And let's see here. I make 2 attacks with the javelin. I'm not throwing it. Doesn't matter. First attack, an 8. Probably not going to be enough. Probably bounces off the hard skull.
Totally.
A 21 sounds good though. For 7.
Awesome. All right, Solar Lance time. Yeah, cool.
It does that like and does like the paw kick. You know what I mean? You know, every
sure, and that takes
animation for a cow like that does that kick. You know what I'm talking about?
Totally.
Yeah.
So yes, a giant beast of radiant light and heat with 6 massive limbs. The front of its bulk is defined by a brilliant white lance thrusting forwards from its muscled shoulders. So again, this thing doesn't have a head, right?
That would be my Tinder bio if I had it.
Awesome. Okay, so this lance runs over this way.
Always with the lancing.
I mean, that's kind of how Jeff described Tinder to me, was a bunch of pawing, bovine-esque creatures charging.
Browns, let me ask you a question before we get too far away from it. I believe.
Kairos, are you trying to make an attack of opportunity?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get in its hindquarters. What do you call a butt of a cow?
Haunches.
But the butcher.
Yeah, you gotta get in the haunch.
Stick it right in there.
The haunch.
The haunch. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with tenderizing the beef
called
before you make it into beef, if you ask me.
You nail him.
Ooh, good. 8.
The best meat is pre-tenderized. It's true.
And then it stamps on the ground and leaps forwards, churning up huge rents in the earth as it slams in the direction of Armoros.
Hey, you big beefy lamb.
But he had an action readied.
I did.
He does.
Yeah.
So as an immediate reaction, Armoros, when the thing steps close to you, you can make your attack. So you get 1 attack.
Only 1 attack.
A counter strike.
Only 1.
Then Steve and I shall go for its ankles, disembodying it from its attack charge, and of course stopping the attack entirely.
What?
Of course.
What is this?
This is Armoros. Where have you been, sir?
No, it's not real.
You nail him.
8 damage.
Our damage is really bad.
Whoa.
All right.
Whoa.
This guy comes charging at you. Oh, no. You've got your armor on, right?
Fuck yeah, I do, dude.
And are you using your shield?
Am I? This guy in the 6,000. The guy in the 6,000 plate armor not gonna have a shield up? Come on.
His lance strikes your shield, and it sounds like the shriek of like nails on a chalkboard plus the ringing of a gong. You feel like your shield vibrating against your arm, and you are fine. Sarek,
first time a big beefy man like that struck me.
From above, from my top-down position, I'm gonna shoot an arrow into its butt.
Into the butt.
From your top down
arrow to the butt.
Yeah.
Couldn't phrase that any differently.
No, I cannot. Short bow.
Tenderize the rump.
Short bow, you hit.
All right, I'll take a hit. Shoop.
Plus your 3d6, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Stink attack.
Oh.
Stank attack.
12 damage in total.
Now, let's see. What kind of resistances does this guy have?
I think he has half. Is gonna half me.
Yeah.
I need magic. I need that better. We need to go get that woman that wanted to bang me, but we have to kill her instead. And I'm gonna take her.
All right, Armoros, it's your turn. What do you do?
Start slashing at this big lance. 26.
Yup.
6 only? That's
Yep.
pretty curse me. Eric. It's not dead yet, so I swing again. Ooh, 11.
11 hits. Yeah, he's large and in charge.
9.
9 damage. He's not quite dead. Aya,
I keep moving forward. I'm a blue.
roll an Arcana
Grab it
check.
Yeah.
Gotta grab it with both hands. And just
Wait,
get
you're
it
gonna
over
summon
it.
another thing? Oh my
You
ass!
just gotta grab the
Oh no!
Oh,
My
come
luck
on.
has given out, guys. Like I had like 3 solid 20 and up rolls.
You were doing really good there for a second. The 3 of you hear like this rent in the sky.
I am a Meteor Diamond Demon.
And a second solar lance
What?
land.
What?
Oh god, it's a second one.
Oh dear.
And it rolls a 7 on its initiative. So
But it
that's
lands just half on the cliff and half off, breaks its back and dies.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Perfect.
Not every landing's a good one. Okay.
It's harder than it looks.
Yeah.
All right, Kairos, what do you do?
All right. Not using my javelin of lightning. I'm gonna just chuck a javelin at this lance.
Cool. At the hurt one?
The wind.
Yeah, at the hurting one.
Drop
Correct.
down to 0 health there.
That's the play.
It's a
Oh,
crit.
yeah.
Just roll it for
Yeah, for 12.
Yeah, 12
Nice that
damage.
you
So your
got 12
javelin
damage on
just
the
goes like
Thing that
puncturing
has like
through it.
1 health.
Yeah, your javelin goes puncturing through like the neck that holds its lance, and like gouts of like yellow flame come spurting out, and then it collapses on its side in death.
At least it had one last
Does it-
release before it died.
Do they like immediately like the heat sucks out of them like when like Sauron gets his finger cut off thing? Like is it
Yeah,
just
totally. Yeah, they sort of like collapse in on each other a little
Yeah,
bit,
totally.
and they leave
right.
like tarry black humps on the ground.
All right,
The
good.
second solar lamp bellows from no mouth that you can
Well-
see and charges in your direction.
Well, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. I wasn't done.
Right? You get the second attack.
Well, yes. Moving to Armoros and
Okay.
saying, "We got this, buddy."
That was what
And
you
then
decided
I'm
to
going
do?
to throw
Awesome.
a javelin at it, the non-lightning one.
I think you might be at disadvantage by now. Yep.
I go and I hug
It's
Amoros.
30? I'm not at 30. It's 30 feet. It's 30
I
feet.
think it's 2060 for a javelin.
No.
But he's at 20.
30.
120.
Is it 30?
Says it on the
3120. Yeah.
3120. Okay, fine. Yeah, do it.
How dare you?
How dare you? I'm just trying to rob you.
What?
Damn, dude.
What?
What?
Wow.
Yeah, so you know what? Because that's a crit as well. That's
Are you
4.
gonna smite? Oh, you can't smite with range attack.
He's
I'm
gonna
going- I can't do it with the ranged attack. Fucking
go
Mike
disadvantage
Miles.
this, Steven.
Okay.
That's
Well,
still,
whatever.
that's still a ton
All
of
right, well, you
damage.
got that 14 damage, which translates to a 7, so
Yeah.
not bad. Then it comes slamming in your direction,
Then it kills you.
thundering towards you.
Wait, it enters into my attack range, does it not?
It's still.
You did
Excuse
not.
me.
You didn't ready action last time. You attacked the
Not
thing.
about readying action, Steven. It's about reactionary attacks.
Oh no, it's not leaving a threatened space.
Who?
Okay, proceed then, you damn dirty ape.
Neither of those were good.
Nope, totally misses. Sarek.
I matador it with my shield.
Nice.
From above. Again, just gonna blast it.
Raining hot beef
Yeah, I'm gonna just shoot this thing. I'm gonna shoot.
Raining hot beef from above.
Yeah, I'm just gonna blast this thing right in the rump again. Short bow.
Hot beef rains from above. It hits
Roll the damage.
for 4 damage plus the 3d6.
Oh, that's what I needed.
15.
That's what I needed. Now give me the round up. 15.
I'm sorry.
Round that up.
It's always a round down. All right, Armoros, it's your turn. After you is Aya again.
There's still a lot of that beef monster right in front of me, so I suppose. Does 11 hit?
Yes, it does.
Oh my god, I like fighting this thing.
It's like the broadside of a barn, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then your second attack, 29.
17 damage.
Armoros, before you end your turn,
Yeah.
Perhaps you want to go to the other side, move down here, and then Aya can. Oh, Aya's stuck there. Then Sarek. Never mind. I'm trying to trap it. We can close it so it can't charge.
It would have to go outside of my attack range in this new phase, and I'd get to hit it, and it doesn't look too good right now.
Yeah, we're good right now. But maybe the next one we can try to box it in.
2 of us punching at it at one time.
All right, Aya. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. No pressure. It's a good thing there's no pressure.
God,
I rolled 3 like 4 times today.
You have a +6.
Yeah.
Jesus.
As I'm saying, I've rolled 3 like 4 times today. I rolled 1.
There's only one way this goes.
Another lance.
Well, would that it were so simple.
Or that it were so simple.
Yeah.
2 flames come rocketing out of the sky, collapsing onto the ground here. Let's add turn, solar
Music ramps
While
up.
this is
tremendously.
happening, and you said that like the ice armor is kind of chipping away.
Yep.
Can I attempt to like?
Oh yeah, you take
goad-
fire damage.
Oh yeah. Can I attempt to like goad my patron?
Yeah, what does that look like?
Like, so as this is happening, I'm struggling to hit that last barrier and I see the ice chipping away. I just kind of like cock an eyebrow and I'm like, oh, come on, you could do better than that.
Yeah. You hear this like high-pitched giggle in your mind. Yeah, awesome. We'll find out what that means in a little bit. Kairos, what do you do in response to this? You feel the ground pump twice beneath your feet as these creatures slam into the earth.
I'm sorry, team. My rolls are shit.
I got to strike the one in front of me. I was hoping to try to figure out a way that I can lightning them all, but it's not going to work. So I got to do this with the javelin.
You can definitely lightning 2 of them.
Yeah, but I would love to get all 3. So I'm going to hit this one solidly.
Oh yeah.
For 9, but that's not enough to kill it. So I will burn a smite.
Oh yeah.
So I'll go down a slot.
That's what, 2d8? 3d8?
I believe it's my smite.
Level 5, it's 2 more, I think. Because it's like 3 and then 6 or something.
It's 2d8 for a first level spell, 1d8 for every higher. I am burning a single level 1 spell, so it's a d8. But this isn't an undead or a fiend, is it?
It's both, actually. Turns out.
So this is radiant damage?
Undead, fiend type Pokemon.
No, it's not an undead or a fiend.
Okay, so it's just
Would
a regular.
you say it's like fiendish in nature, though?
All right, so 15 total.
But it's 2d8 for a first level spell slot, so you need a second d8 there, my friend.
He was saying it's level 1.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I was saying the damage increases by 1d8 if the target is an undead or a fiend.
Right. Yeah, so that's much better for you. So that's 13?
13 plus 9, so 22 total.
All right. And
magic and radiant.
You can tell that your radiant damage does not affect this solar demon the way you would normally expect. Probably because
it makes sense.
The sun.
Well,
but the damage you dealt is enough to kill it. So it, again, sort of like crumples in on itself and then it just forms a soft lump of tar at your feet. And then Solar Lance over here comes charging forwards in your direction, Kairos, slamming down in your way. Ooh, does that hit you?
Yeah, that goes through.
Oh man, here we go.
Here we go.
That is.
You sound like the bad guy from Resident Evil 4.
You take 25 damage as this thing thunders into you. Please make a strength saving throw. Oh no, you are knocked prone. And then this second one comes thundering across the way in Armoros's direction.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hitting you.
No,
Misses.
he's not.
No, it doesn't?
Reaction.
Oh, damn.
Protection.
You're
Disadvantage.
opposed to disadvantage. Nice.
So I'm like pinned. I'm like, not today.
Not today.
Not today,
You just like
Satan.
push out your javelin,
Yeah.
like trip him. And he's like,
Now,
oh no, I've stumbled.
As that counts as a miss, I'm going to use riposte, and it reads as follows. When a creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to spend one superiority die and attack it.
Love it.
I'm going to go down to 3. Hit the backside of the barn. 20 hits.
Awesome.
13 damage.
13 damage.
So good.
Much better.
Fantastic. Sarek, what do you do, man? There's these 2 huge beasts down below.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the one that is already damaged and try to shoot that bad boy with my
Yeah.
bow. Get him killed
Get
off.
advantage, right? Bri?
No advantage, but yes, sneak attack.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Oh, that was the sound of the pain
19.
train coming through.
Yeah.
Every time Jesse rolls a 6 on 3d6, he goes, yeah! I
I'm
like
really excited
Very
about
nice.
that.
Sarek, Armoros, it's your turn.
Your genuine excitement excites me.
Thank
doubly.
you.
I'll swing at the wounded one. 25
Yep.
for 8.
And then I will swing again.
I'm
22
imagining
nailed
the
him.
lances are making this
For
sound
9.
as
Yes.
they're getting pummeled.
This is exactly what they sound like. Yes, absolutely. Aya.
While this is happening, we're like,
Okay.
Aya, whatever you're doing in there, please.
I'm trying.
Do my words give her encouragement for advantage on this next row?
Atikusu giggles in your ear again. And then you remember the word that he spoke to you, which was like the truest word ever spoken in creation for the
Right, but I forgot it. Yeah.
Yeah, for the concept of ice.
Oh.
Make your Arcana check.
22.
There you go. So Aya, you reach forwards and like there's this like flame rushing around you and these ice crystals on your skin and the mage armor flickering as it batters back the flames, and you grasp this spear around the shaft, and then immediately all of that stops, and like you're sort of like that moment where it's like, huh, like you're almost like let down from like something carrying you.
Mhm.
And then you pick it up in one hand and it flashes with like a brilliant white light.
Yeah. I turn around,
Yes.
eyes crazed,
Yeah.
and I'm just like holding it above my head. Solar demons, I command you now.
Is she
Does it work?
naked?
No, I
She's
had mage
not
armor.
naked. Her mage armor protected her
It's
clothes.
worth asking.
And they don't respond. I think they like rear up on their legs and slam down, like continue fighting. Armoros is like peeking over his shoulder.
Well, okay, in that case, I stay where I'm at.
Safe. Yeah.
Like kind of confused. Like and I do it again, like, solar demons, I command you.
Yeah, nothing is paying attention to you. Kairos, what do you do?
2 attacks.
Okay.
First one to the weakened one.
Wonk.
12
Nailed him.
hits for 5. Is that enough to bring it down?
No.
No,
All
not
right, second
quite.
one. Then my second attack follows up. Okay.
Yeah.
Crits. Your third
15.
crit, Ray.
Third crit today.
Eric
Delete.
Vulgaris is with you. Doesn't your javelin of lightning do something fancy?
It does if it can do it once per day.
Oh, is
Turns
that
into a lightning bolt. Yeah.
right? Yeah,
We're
totally.
saving our big
I'm-
rolls for the
I'm saving it for marriage.
demon.
Yeah. All right. Solar Lance time. It runs away.
But if it does that, Steve,
Oh, attack though.
I got a question for you.
The answer is yes, Armoros.
Son of a...
Oh no! Wow, damn! You only have a 10% chance of missing this thing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well,
So
Did
eight-
you know, even if its AC was lower than that, a 1 always fails?
Oh damn!
all right.
Well, it thunders back in your direction, Kairos.
Why me?
This is the one that was attacking you.
Yeah, I know. That's the. I can't
Why
use the
me?
protection.
And
16's not enough.
misses. Sarek.
Shoot
Finally.
that rump. Short bow. Yeah.
Shoot that rump. 9. 9 is good. 9 plus 13 is
22.
But 22 is
Nice.
better.
See,
Armoros.
Swing away. Is that? I mean,
Oh, a 10 is a miss, unfortunately.
nice. Feeling really good about this. 19 hits. 9.
9. Aya,
Mm-hmm.
what do you do?
I don't really want to admit that it didn't work, so I'm very.
Are you just like, yes, attack them, my minion?
No, I'm actually gonna very secretly smack it with dissonant whispers
Nice.
so that it like retreats, and then I
Awesome.
can pretend that it heeded my call.
Yeah.
wow.
Awesome. So it's got a DC 14 wisdom saving throw, and it's going to take 14 damage. These things not super wise. Oh, actually wiser than expected. Well, whatever. It got a 4, so that's good. So it takes the 14, and that's psychic damage. Yep.
And then begins to flee.
Was that right? Plus 14.
The creature doesn't move into dangerous terrain.
No,
Yep.
it just runs away from me.
And then it runs.
It
It
must use its
Yeah.
reaction, which means we get free attacks.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
You get
the
free
new-
And,
attacks.
yeah. And as this is happening, I'm just like,
12.
be gone, foul beast.
It dead.
Nice.
Heed your
And I
master.
miss.
Yeah, it's Armoros who kills it. Just plop. It's dead right here. It like turns and runs, and Armoros just slashes it across the rump, and it collapses, dying.
And I stand there triumphantly with the spear. It looks like they heed my directions now.
Yeah, whatever. Just call in a mid-tier demon.
Of course, this is elementary. Should be exceedingly simple now that I have Utu's spear.
I watch the sky for more demons.
Do you need to heal, Kairos? You look kind of battered.
I'll be fine. I've been worse.
Yes, that is wise. Why don't you take a break? And while they're doing that, I'm going to, can I
I'm already
like
asleep.
identify object and like try to figure out how to use it?
You respond to Armoros, who says, call on a mid-tier solar demon, and you're like, yes, I will do that right away. And you
Exceedingly
hear this
simple.
giggle in your head. You're so skilled, Aya. And then
Oh god.
the 4 of you are standing there facing down south, which of course is the direction that the burnt out sick house is. And you hear this like earth-shattering cracking sound.
It's the chrysalis. It's the chrysalis.
And then like the entire sick house bursts into flames. And then this shape just like rockets up out of the sick house.
I did that because I know how to use the spear, because such a trivial task is so simple for a warlock of my skill.
And then this creature lands here in front of you. Let's see if I can describe it for you.
Its health bar takes up the entire top part of our screen.
Yeah, it's that classic thing where like a health bar grows along the top of the screen, and it says the solar corona, and then all the wailing starts. Whoa!
Yeah.
And the opera.
Yeah.
Yes.
Up until this point, there was no singing in any of the songs.
I point
Now
the
suddenly
flail
a
at it and
choir.
look back at Aya and say, "Is that the mid-tier sized demon?"
Of course, you asked me to call one, and so I did with
Fantastic.
my
Kairos, we need its heart so I can have a
infinite
sword.
knowledge of the arcane.
Understood.
Yeah. So like, it's this like human-shaped thing of flame. It has 4 arms, 2 of which are tipped in like razor-sharp obsidian claws, and 2 of which are like holding burning fires out to the side. And it has a long whip-like tail of flame behind it that it like leans forwards and then cracks backwards. And then it rolls initiative.
Can we just keep ours?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was Aya. Kairos, what do you do?
Jesus. Team, what's the strategy here? Are we still locking up and underneath this thing? Or are we gonna spread out?
I mean, hot gates this bad boy, right? If he's like,
Yeah.
he can't do crazy stuff if he's trapped in the confines of a small space.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, what is this in front of in between us?
It's sort of like darkly burnt ground. It's not actually like rough terrain or anything like that. When you fought here in the past, that was a section that was on.
We're
fire.
literally fighting like fucking Diablo.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that is it.
I can't actually reach it. So I'm gonna have to just move forward as much as I can and then chuck my javelin.
Wait, isn't all of this on fire though? Like all of this?
No, this is like it was on fire in the past, but now it's actually just like charred earth.
Oh, okay. That's
Yep.
better.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna chuck a non-magic one at it. No, I'm gonna move forward and instead I'm going to. Ooh, do I cast magic weapon on it? That actually makes a lot more sense. Or Sarek, your bow isn't magical.
I have a magicless bow. That's true.
Not anymore.
Is
I'm
that
casting-
a touch spell?
I have to go to you and cast magic weapon. I believe
You
so.
have to climb a wall.
Shit. Sarek, get down here.
I'm not. No.
You can fall a lot faster than I can climb.
Yeah.
I have advantage
Sarek,
of height.
I need to make your I need to make your bow magical. Get down here.
But
And I'm gonna react. Are you gonna do it or not?
can I like throw my bow down instead? Like you do, then throw it back up to me.
Is that possible?
Yes.
It's just a bow.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm going to do that.
Yeah, you throw
He
a bow
drops-
down, and then Kairos catches it, and then you
Yeah.
cast magic weapon on it,
Mhm.
and then you throw it back up.
Makes
And it's a
perfect
bonus
sense
action to
me.
cast it.
Yep.
So you have +1 attack and damage rolls.
Hoo-wee. All right.
And it's
And
considered
it
magic.
counts as a magic weapon, which is
Yeah.
the better one because it doesn't mean your damage gets cut in half. And
Yeah,
Kairos,
it's a big deal.
you can still act.
Yeah. I'm gonna move forward and take the dodge action, expecting to get annihilated. And I need the spell to maintain itself.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So,
is it a
I-
concentration spell?
Yeah. So I gotta like basically just do that and put my shield and spear up and hope for the best.
All right, Sarek, buddy. Let's see this thing. You
All
have
right.
advantage because this thing has not yet acted in combat.
And can I shoot this guy? Am I
Yeah.
at range?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. You have like a 300-foot range with that thing.
Right. Also, because I have
So-
the high ground. Short bow with my plus. So no. All right. Whatever. Drop.
Yeah, so you got a 12 instead, which is
Mhm.
not enough. Oh, no, a 13 instead, which is not enough. Your attack flies wide, Sarek.
Now get him next time.
Do you want to like hide and move along the crenellations so you can?
Yeah.
pop
Yeah.
out?
Yeah. I'm like trying to stay out of sight.
Yeah.
'Cause I know
give
what
me a
happens when
stealth roll.
I get murdered when these things show up. Not today.
Satan.
Get behind me, Satan.
Give me a stealth roll, Sarek.
I will do that. Boop. I'm
Yep,
sneaky.
you're great. You're hidden. Armoros, your turn.
This red zigzag, is that anything?
No, this
charred
red
ground.
zigzag is like charred ground.
Okay. I'm going to go about here.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm 35 feet away.
Mhm.
So I'll actually go here, 30 feet
Yep.
away. Then I'm going to hold action, I'm going to take the defensive stance, excuse me.
Okay.
Dodge.
Cool.
The dodge thing. Yeah.
Yes, the solar
cast?
corona.
We have advantage on dex saves too, Jeff, if you didn't know that.
I have advantage on that?
No, we have advantage on dexterity
Oh, okay.
saves when you take the dodge action.
Cool.
Let's see. What's he gonna do? The solar corona like narrows its flaming eyes in the direction of Armros and Kairos,
Yeah.
and sort of goes like breathes out through its nostrils like Balrog style. And then it moves over here. And then its two arms at its side that are covered in flame like whip forwards, slinging two bolts of fire in the direction of Aya.
Oh boy.
Here's the first one, and here's the second one. So the second one hits you, but the first one does not, splashing against your mage armor and being turned aside.
Can I use since I have one charge left on my cloak, can I use it to...
That's a reaction to when you get hit, right?
Yes.
Yes, you can, and you can reappear within 15 feet of your current position.
Okay.
In line of sight.
So I'm going to disappear in a flurry of black feathers. And sorry, where's the ruler thing? There we go. And reappear behind Kairos.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I can protect you.
Yeah.
Super good. Yeah, that 12 fire damage misses you entirely.
And
Like,
as I
goes
do
straight
that,
through the space you existed in.
Throw the spear on the ground, get my focus ready instead, and go.
Well, it's your turn, Aya. What do you do?
I launch a Eldritch. Well, I want to cast Hex and then
Okay.
launch Eldritch Blast at him.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
So,
What-
question.
What stat are you hexing of his?
Let's do Dexterity since that usually ends up being let's do Strength since that's a pretty helpful one.
Okay, cool.
And I have a question. Since my Eldritch Blast now launches 2 giant tentacly balls, do they both activate Hex?
Absolutely.
Lovely. Okay, so
My God.
Lovely.
She's a ball hurler now, too.
Level 5 is
Boom.
good. You nail him twice.
for 17 damage plus 6 necrotic.
Ooh.
So the necrotic damage burns into its flesh, and you see this darkness absorb some of the fire. It takes double damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, now we know.
Now it's time for Toll the Dead. I've been
Oh!
waiting.
I know what I must
Kairos.
do.
It's
You
your
also
turn.
have those darts that.
I know. That's what I just
Oh
realized.
yeah, I'm happy I gave them to you. You should attach
Put
it
'em
to
on
the
my
top of one
arrows.
of your arrows. Yeah,
I'm in. I'm thinking the same thing.
instead of my blow dart idea, which was not a good.
Or the chat
Sure.
starts to be like a dart at the end of an arrow that can't possibly work. This is science fiction. Okay?
Yeah, this is science fiction.
Dungeons and Dragons. You know what else can't possibly work? Dargons, because the size of the wings to support the body mass would be so.
Right. And
Well, let me
dungeons,
tell
Their
you-
who's ever
bones are
heard of
so
those?
small, so bird-like.
Demons falling from the sun as you're trapped in an infinite time loop due to
Right.
the imminent death of the sun. All totally fair. Darts at the end of an arrow, definitely not.
Yeah.
Kairos, it's your turn.
Right. Team, do you want me to be more defensive or offensive here? I feel like
Protect
I can
the
charge
person
ahead.
who can necrotic this guy.
Considering he does 12 fire damage. a
Attacking
hit,
arrows. We only kill here.
yeah, my best defense might better be offense.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Steven, I'm gonna throw the javelin of lightning and do the lightning thing.
Yes.
So what this looks like is so this is the first time I've done this.
Yeah.
I mean, how is it not the Thor thing
He
where
does a twirl,
I grab the spear to the
starts
sky,
laughing, and he's like,
tip up to the sky, the clouds swirl and darken and hit it with the lightning. The entire electrum blue stuff of the tip of the blue metal just turns to white light as it's struck by lightning, and it's charged in my hand. It crackles. I flip it around, get ready to throw back, and take aim and shoot. There's nothing to hit in the line, so nothing is to make a dexterity save. It's just a ranged weapon attack. If it hits, it does an additional 46 points of lightning.
Nice.
Damn.
But I'm going to miss. I just know I'm going to miss because I hate life.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know.
You need a 15.
I hate this game. I hate I hate
Dragons
dice. I
sucks.
hate d20s.
you got another attack though,
All
right?
right. Yeah, so it's just a regular javelin.
It's going to hit.
God bless America.
It
for
did.
6.
Yep.
Probably
that's
hits that
6
because it's
damage.
non-magical.
-6. There you go. Sarek, your turn.
Yo, can I tie one of my little darts to an arrow?
Sarek, that's ridiculous. It would never work. Please. This is a hard science fiction setting. We have rules.
Technically fantasy, so you'd be wrong.
Give me a sleight of hand check,
you'd be
Sarek.
wrong,
This is
it's
like a quick
fantasy.
thing that you're trying to do. If you succeed, then you're fine.
Sure.
Ooh,
You
you
impale
know what?
yourself.
Like, you're sort of fumbling and you're like trying desperately not to stab yourself with this thing. You can't get it on quickly enough to make it this turn. You can either spend your action tying it on, or you can take a shot now.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend my action tying it on.
Okay, you spend your action tying the dart on, and you have now one necrotic dart arrow. Armoros, your turn.
5, 10, 12, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I can get to him, right? Boop.
Yes.
Get up to him. I'm gonna expel one of my dice to do fainting attack, which gives it advantage on the next roll.
Yeah.
So go down to 2. I have advantage on this.
Nailing.
They both
21.
For 9. And then
And you get to add your superiority die to that damage.
right.
So roll 1d8.
1d8. So 14 total.
Nice.
And I don't believe fainting attack works for your second attack.
No, it's applies advantage to the next attack you make. So yeah.
Okay, so then I attack. 25 hits.
Damn, dude.
13.
Nice.
And then I will use my action surge.
Oh.
And I'm going to hold, or I'm going to take the defensive stance.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, this solar corona is enraged.
Jeff, do you have action surge?
Hell yeah, I do, Britt.
He just
You have-
did. He action surged
Yeah.
to take the defensive
No,
stance.
Okay. What I mean is, do you have it twice or once?
Just once, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I think so.
All right.
Let's see. I think 10 plus, he's too enraged by Aya with the necrotic damage, and he goes after her. But a 1 through 9, he's going to attack Armoros because you're the closest thing. Yeah, Armoros, you're right in front of him, so he just like flips out,
Disadvantage.
roars in fury, and makes 3 melee attacks with you. Claw,
Bummer.
claw.
Miss, hit, and
Tail.
miss. So 1 hit.
Yep, so that claw scratches against your flesh, dealing you 9 piercing damage. Aya, your turn.
Mm-hmm.
So hang on. I think I have the choice to use on one of the misses.
Yeah.
Just so I make sure I'm not cheating, when I do riposte or any of my superiority dice, is that my reaction? So I wouldn't get to attack if he moved away?
I
No?
don't think it is.
Riposte might be. Let's double check.
When a creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and
Yes.
expend 1 superiority die.
There you go.
But then if you hit, you add the superiority die. So the advantage to that, the reason I would do that is get to add 1d8 to it, I guess.
The question is about your feint. Fainting attack is a bonus action, so you do have your reaction. So you can take your reaction to do a riposte, but then you won't be able to opportunity attack.
Yeah. I'm going to have my initiative net, like it's going to be a full cycle before. So I guess the smart gamer thing here is to spin this 1 dice
Yep.
and make this attack. And if I hit with it, I get to add 1d8. I do hit. So it's
Nailed
8
it.
plus 1d8. So he takes 12 more.
Very nicely done.
Mhm.
All right, Aya, your turn.
And he did 9 damage to me.
I'm gonna do something that's a little crazy, but I hope that as a GM you'll like maybe let me do it, but we'll see how it goes. Okay.
Let's see
Seeing
how.
that Armoros has battered it, I'm gonna go full Mortal Kombat, and I'm gonna drop the concentration on my hex, and instead use Vampiric Touch,
Nice.
which does necrotic damage, and attempt
Nice.
to rip out its still beating heart.
Amazing.
Oh,
Amazing.
So like you see like my hands change like their form, and they start to look like eldritch tentacles, like those cultist things. And
Yeah.
I'm just gonna attempt to like sink my tentacly hands into its flesh, wrap my hands around its heart, and begin to pull. I don't expect
Nice.
it'll all come out in one turn, but I'm gonna try.
Oh my god.
A 16 is a hit. Roll your
Okay.
damage.
Whoa, what happened? Did you guys get that? Syntax
No.
error?
No.
No.
Oh, if I click it, there's a syntax error. So how much damage does Vampiric Touch do?
3d6.
So roll 6d6.
Twice that.
It worked in the other screen.
Wouldn't it
Oh,
just
actually-
3d6 times 2, sir?
Yeah, roll 3d6 and then we
Okay.
just double the damage. So,
All
yeah.
right. I don't know why that didn't work.
22.
22. Okay, he's not quite dead, but your like tentacle arm hand is like inside of this creature's body.
I also
Yeah.
heal for 11, but
And that's
I
a
only
concentration, and you right
one
yeah,
health. So
Nice. Yes.
I don't
Cool.
get temporary health,
Pretty
sadly.
badass, I would say. Miss Bob.
Yeah.
Okay, Kairos.
Of course, you are now.
I'm gonna
the
walk
monster's really
forward.
mad at
It's
you.
worth it because I'm going to heal like 11 health every turn.
All right.
Walking forward, I am picking up my magic javelin.
Isn't like returning javelin? I think it does.
It does
return.
not. No, it doesn't return.
Is it not? Oh, well,
Nope.
okay.
Doesn't say it. So I'm picking it up
Mhm.
and using it to stab him right in the thigh.
Nice.
Mm.
That is a miss. Your javelin turned aside by his chitinous armor. Sarek.
Oh, wait.
It's okay.
He gets 2 attacks, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
I thought I was picking. I should have asked. Yeah, picking up, not an action. Is that
No.
what I get to? Okay, cool. Number 2.
Ooh.
There we
Nail
go.
him
For 7.
for 7.
Magic.
Very nice. All right, Sarek. Do it to it, brother.
Now's the time. I've been waiting. I've been
This is your moment.
fashioning this thing down, and once again, Sarek, the strongest, bravest, and most charismatic of them all, must make the killing blow, and so I shall. Kashaw!
Sarek.
I have
You pop
advantage,
up
though.
out of your hidden position, striking from a position of advantage, given that you were in stealth.
Yo!
And your necrotic dart-tipped arrow goes straight through this thing's eye. Roll your sneak attack damage, and then roll 2d10.
Oh my god.
Times 2.
6, 10. And then he
So that's
melts.
16 additional necrotic damage on top of the 15 damage you dealt. So you just did 35 damage to this thing in one shot.
Truly
16, 15
the
is
greatest
nothing.
hero of them all.
We'll split hairs.
31.
And then
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, so this thing just like its like head starts burning with a black fire, and as it falls away into ash, Aya, your tentacle hand is able to grab around its heart and pulling free this like pulsing orb of soft white fire in your arm.
Oh.
And the thing falls to the ground, dissipating in ash, leaving behind a softly glowing blue orb.
Beautiful.
Don't eat it.
The
Do
heart?
not eat. You do not eat it.
I would never eat the heart.
No.
Arm roast needs it. As you see me like siphoning power from it with my
Yeah.
vampiric touch.
Yeah.
So warm. Now I know why Tim likes these things.
Awesome. That's where we're going to leave it for today,
What?
guys.
Oh my goodness.
Role-playing games.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, we did what we set out to accomplish. So that's good. Now we have to go back, make a sword, take said sword, go kill a lady to get a bow for me, and maybe other things. And then we win. I think once I have my bow with the rolls I'm getting, I think we automatically win.
We also
saved
have
the
to
world.
help Iramon.
Oh, yeah, that too.
It's a whole thing too.
And go kill that troll who sat on me. F that guy. F that guy. We're going to kill him. All right. Well, that's it for us this week. But let's go around this screen here and find out what's going on the rest of the week with all these amazing people. Eric, what are you doing? What's up
Oh
with
man.
you?
Yeah. Last week I played so many board games. And I've been obsessed with board games, and now it's been moving over to Kill Team, which is the Warhammer thing. I played against people in real life with that game yesterday, which is different than me just playing Sad Hammer with myself. Stomped
that what the kids are calling it these
Sad
days?
hammer.
Yeah.
Sad hammer.
Went down to the local game store. It's like, oh, it's my first time playing with some people. You know, I'm just probably having a really good time, and I accidentally demolished them. I felt really bad. I was like, I don't know, but I'm hopelessly addicted to that. This week is really light for me. It's really just recovering and doing more just work stuff for Roll20.
Nice.
Cool. Steven, what's going on with you?
Yo, what's up, y'all? I'm having a great time at the gym. That's about it. Feels super good.
Yeah.
Consider taking care of your body
Having
because
a great
you love
time
it.
at the gym.
In whatever format that feels best for you. If that feels best by like lying in a hammock and reading a book for 5 hours, that is also good. I've also been reading Ancillary Justice, which I've never read before, and it's a little bit hard to follow, but it's also fascinating.
I got it on audiobook, and that was whoa.
That sounds challenging.
Yes.
So one of the key conceits of this is that the main character who's telling the story doesn't understand gender for reasons I don't want to spoil, but it's super interesting. It's like the core of the book, but it's a very cool thing to discover for yourself. So she calls everyone she, but other characters talking to each other will correctly gender each other. So someone will be like, who the hell is he? And then immediately she'll start talking about this person, be like, she stood up and like stretched her shoulders. I could see a fight was coming, like that sort of thing. Yeah. It's wild.
What's her name? Saygarden?
That's Sayvarden is the guy.
Yeah.
But that's not the main character. I don't even know the main character's name.
It's multiple.
Wreck, supposedly.
It's multiple points of view.
Yep.
Oh no! It all came together. I just want to speaking of both of the things you just talked about, in the not quite great Star Wars book, from a certain point of view, there's a story about the cantina where one of the aliens refers to this gorgeous blonde woman who walks in, and you realize at the end he's talking about Luke Skywalker. So just, but then he's like, this beautiful blonde lady came in, and it's like, whoa, time out. What? When does that happen in the movie? And then you realize at the end, it's Luke.
Yeah.
Because he's the most fair maiden of them all in that entire cantina. And you're like, oh. I don't know. You both got me on that now. Okay, Bronze, what's happening with your life?
The usual. I'm streaming still in the mornings. Doing variety things. And that's it. Reading comic books. I got a weekly comic book talk show. And that's me. Doing the weekly podcast with Jeff. We didn't do it this week. He was really busy, like being cool, like getting tattoos.
Wow.
Hanging out with Barack.
Yeah, hanging out with Barack Obama
Lifted.
on a private gold-plated jet. So apparently Barack Obama is who spots Jeff when he does his bench press. I didn't know that. I'd have to pay somebody to spot me.
Said, Jeff, I think you're lifting quite a lot of weight there. I'm not confident that I can actually lift the weight that you are benching.
They actually fly in the gold plane when they lift, so that they can lift more weights.
Yeah, like Dragon Ball Z style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Gravity.
Yeah.
It was Michelle's idea for when they go low, you go high. So you just went up there and started lifting.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes
That's
a
why
lot
she's
of
got
sense
those
on a lot of
arms.
levels.
Michelle comes over and sort of like helps him. She's like, I'll spot you. And like, oh yeah.
Well, I mean, Michelle Obama has great arms.
That's what I said.
guns.
She's got those
Yeah.
arms. She could, yeah.
Guns.
Yeah, she's got amazing arms. So, yeah, I've been at the gym too. I really like the show. I hope you all enjoy it as well. And I'm around. Yeah. Find me on Twitter. Find me on Twitch. This is fun. I have fun every week. Thank you all for being so likable.
Jeff, before we all get caught up in our emotions, bring us back down to earth. What are you up to this week?
I'm gonna spend my shout time. I saw the movie Ma. Hard okay. I would not make time
What
to
is
see
that movie about?
It's about a lady that goes crazy and kills people.
Okay. I guess from the trailer I was like,
Oh
what is
yeah,
this
that's the
actually
trailer.
about?
Yeah, that looked like a hard okay trailer.
Just okay.
Like lets people engage in underage drinking in her basement, right?
Yes,
That's what I got from the trailer.
Yeah, ish. It's kind of. It's okay. I wouldn't spend too much time talking about it.
All right.
But I've been watching Chernobyl, and that is recently the highest ranked IMDb show ever.
It's so good.
Dang.
And I'll tell you what, went into it with really high expectations because everyone was telling me like this is an amazing show. And whenever that happens, I'm always like, what's the edgy thing here? But it's actually just fucking incredibly well acted, brutally shot, and it's about a fascinating chunk of history that happened in 1986 that I was alive for. I was 1 year old, but we don't hear a lot about in the West. You don't, and the facts and numbers that come out of this thing and what could have happened is insane. It's mind-boggling. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. So
Cyanide and Happiness actually has a really great, or is it XKCD, has a really great infographic that puts in very understandable terms the amount of radiation that those scientists were exposed to.
Yeah.
And they compare it to like Fukushima, and they compare it to like your average X-ray. And when you see it visually represented,
Bananas.
it's really mind-blowing. Like just within 5 seconds,
yeah,
how much radiation came out of like the reactor. It's crazy.
guy picks up a piece of graphite and it's 400 million X-rays in his hand the second he picked it up. Oh my God. Anyways, it's absolutely insane shit. And it's also kind of what makes the show so incredible is it's also a look into, the USSR back then and stuff like that. And just kind of just crazy stuff. Like the numbers that came out because of the way the governments worked back then is not what actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the scale of humanity, they're like, it feels like science fiction, but it actually happened and it's crazy. So,
Well, especially because that's when they were still marketing nuclear power as clean energy.
Oh yeah.
Like if you look at advertisements from back in the day, like the whole Simpsons thing, now it's like a joke, but like having a nuclear power plant in your town was like, look, the future. This is what the future looks like. And so Chernobyl was bad for business because then it was like, wait,
I mean,
what?
They also gave cocaine to babies, so
Right. It was a weird
it was
time.
a weird time.
the 80s.
Yeah, it's actually very, very good show. And I was talking to someone yesterday. I can't remember who, but he mentioned he was going to go do an event in a tower outside of Chernobyl, and then was like, "Oh no, I've decided against this." And I was like, "Yeah, I would know. You could never get me close to there.
It's totally safe now.
I would never
It's
believe
not
that."
totally safe. There are still things in the ground that hold a lot of it. For the most part, it's
You
safe.
could never convince me it was totally
amazing
safe.
internet
Yeah.
exploration things. Like you can find blogs of people who've gone like motorcycling through the restricted zone around Chernobyl. It is incredible, but you need permits. You need to wear a Geiger counter. There's like very specific, you can stay here for this amount of time. Like it's
Exactly.
not
Never.
habitable for humans, but it's not going to kill you immediately. You could definitely go for a couple days and be fine. But God,
Yeah.
it's
I would
That's what I
just
mean.
be like, why though?
Yeah, why?
You could just find that one rock they forgot.
Food tastes
to bury.
better.
It's like, you're gonna have cancer in
Yeah.
5 years.
Radiation is so scary.
Superpowers.
That's like my favorite part of Metro is like human beings. We've been conditioned. Like, and when you're playing that game and the Geiger counter starts like really ticking, the levels of anxiety I get are like, oh my God, oh, this is like genetic defects we're getting into. That like, that's like my favorite part about that game is the claustrophobia and the Geiger counter ticking up and up and up. You're like, oh God.
Horrifying.
You can't see it. It doesn't taste anything. It's just there. That's the scariest part.
destroys your DNA from the inside until you die.
They show that.
Terrible. All right, well, way to end on a happy note. We'll see you guys. I don't know if we'll have a show next week because I know I will be gone for E3, but I imagine some of you will be caught up in stuff too. But for sure the week after. But thank you all for watching. Remember, don't go bicycling through Chernobyl. That is a terrible idea.
Just don't.
And if you see any spears sticking out of the ground in your life, strip naked and grab that pole. That's it for us. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Hey.
Where's the payoff? Bring the strippers and booze. We do occasionally talk about video games. Bring the strippers and booze. I don't have time for video games. Bring the strippers and booze.
Oh, thank God, I don't need pants now.
Hey, JC, what are you doing? Not much. Making a fortune.
It's a professional broadcast.
Yeah, now sing music.
It's a professional broadcast.
Bring the strippers and booze.
It's a professional broadcast.
here to ask and answer one simple question.
It's a production of broadcast.
You